There we go.
There you go.
Hey, everybody.
We back.
We are
We
back.
are, we are back. We are back
We are
for
back,
wind
y'all.
down, the Friday wind down. And it looks like we need to wind down. It has been a crazy 3 days. Technically 2.5, but it's been jam-packed full of three.
2.5 days.
It feel like a full week.
It does.
Been a
It
full week. It feels crazy. How y'all doing this week? We made it to Friday.
Happy Friday,
Everybody on
everyone.
from work.
I miss y'all. I miss Miss J. I miss Miss J. I miss my TikTok family. When I tell y'all, it just feels so good to comment on TikTok again to y'all about a case. I miss y'all so much. I'm just feeling so good right now.
Mail is
So
live,
good.
y'all. She ain't had no
So
choice, y'all. I FaceTimed her last night and we was
she
talking about
did.
the case. I was like, listen, I don't know if we need to do a Fulio Friday. I don't know what we can do. I don't know what your schedule look like, but
She
I ain't
did
want to
say
put it out
fully
here.
on Friday. She called me.
Listen,
We were on the phone. We were on the phone yesterday for about an hour, catching up, talking about the case. And I was just telling her, I said, oh my God, I have missed this so much. I have missed this so much. Hey, Jen. Jess, I just saw you on TikTok. Hey, friend. I missed you too.
snob. Somebody just asked about my lips. Now I'm classic. I got the clear one. Oh baby, like I OG Mac. That's what I probably got. That's what I got.
OG Mac.
It's gonna be OG Mac. I still wear chestnut. I still wear moth to a flame. Oh baby, and a clear. That's it. Snob. OG.
Jasmine, I'm sorry. Let me go delete the live. Miss J sent me the link. We normally have to send each other the link. It's my fault because when I created that link, I didn't send it to her. So
Oh,
that's my fault. So I just got in hers. You know, she sent the link. I got in hers. I forgot. Let me go delete it.
oh shoot. Now we got folks in the wrong live.
That's okay. I'm just gonna go. I don't even see that live. I'll go. I'll find it. I'll find it.
They said we was over there chatting in the comments. Y'all was gonna wait for it, huh? And they was like, we just gonna sit up here and wait. Something gonna happen.
Let me go
Something
delete
gonna
it.
happen.
Let me go delete it because I don't listen. I come back. I don't need y'all cursing me out. So Miss
Listen, the
J,
way I got talked about yesterday.
what they said about you been doing good.
No, yesterday, usually when before life was life, and I usually will go all day. I'll take my lunch,
Oh,
I'll
on
eat, get a
time.
snack, I'll crank out whatever happened in the morning, and then as soon as court's over, I crank out the last half. And sometimes, friend, I ain't been getting to these to like 5, 6 my time. So they was
What?
tearing me up in the comments. Yeah, I had
Yeah,
to get
we both
everything
ain't.
done. And so they was in the comments. I had to stay up late. I've been waiting this whole time for you
Now, see,
to.
it can't be both. It can't be both of us.
I said I'm gonna do better next week. Most of the stuff that got thrown onto my plate will be off. So we're gonna do better next week. Lunch break. I'll go ahead and crank out the updates. Then we'll come back. We don't have much, so I got to get my stuff together because I can't be at a 50%. Because they talk about they're gonna be done Wednesday, friend.
You said what?
The state said they resting by Tuesday.
Well, I plan to stream today when we get off here because my people, we'll be up. We
Y'all
kick
be up
it.
late. Y'all
We
be up late.
we kicks it late. So I plan to stream today when I get off here. And then I'll catch myself up on day 2. But Monday I do get off at 4. I can't watch trial like I've been doing on Monday. So I'm gonna have to watch it afterwards. But I'm like I like that I'm so tapped in. I'm not missing anything. It's been hard trying to multitask though. Listen, and then you told me it was a quick case. So I'm like, I really need the case to be done by Friday, actually. I really do.
They think it will be. First of all, today was only like 2-3 hours.
Yeah, I need them to be done by Friday.
And the state expects to rest by Tuesday, but they said up front that they know Detective Juan Ramos, who the defense then put all in their opening, could take a while. They're going to have a while because he was the lead detective, so they're going to be a while on direct, and they imagine that the defense may be a while on cross, but that's what they're thinking may make the difference between Tuesday and Wednesday. But what the state is guessing is they'll be resting on Tuesday. If that's the case,
the defense has 3 days of stuff to talk about. I just can't.
They said they would need Tuesday, Wednesday, or if something happens, if they don't rest till Wednesday, they'll do Wednesday, Thursday. But the judge is still saying even worst case scenario closings on Thursday.
That's the type of
the last couple of trials we watched in Florida with that actual DA. I think we ended up on the live for maybe to like 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night with Sheila Agee. She was the mom whose son went up in that Home Depot and popped his girlfriend. And they kept going all night. They didn't even leave. They didn't leave and come back. They kept going. We was up late. I was up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't get off of the stream till about 6, 7 o'clock at night. It was going like they were going. They ordered dinner. Florida does not play, and she
like I remember you telling me about this.
And they gave her and then afterwards let her mom come up there. Yeah, it was like 8 p.m. It was late, and then gave her the LWAP right there. Like, go on, like it was everything happened, final, finito, done. Like,
it just doesn't seem like a state you want to play in.
Not at all.
It's not a state you want to play in.
And I was just telling somebody, it seems like everything that we have watched in Florida, and I think it's been like 3 cases over the last couple of months. Every single one was like an LWAP. Like, do they have room? Because it was not a good joke. And I don't think they were trying to be funny. I think the person was actually serious because she said they're going to have to start giving out the DP because they LWAP everybody. I was like, that's not funny because somebody really do got DP right now. They do got the big penalty right now. The other 4 guys are facing the big penalty. And they're set April of
and needles like Oprah. You know what, Keisha?
Listen, you get LWAP. You everybody.
Please. Hey, Nicole. Please.
So we got a lot to talk about, friends. So let's start with, I had a couple things written down, and I know you got some stuff.
No, I don't. That's why I love you.
But I know.
I'm off the top of the dome type of girl.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I was just like, we got to touch on not just the case.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of conversation here. But let's start where they started. Let's start with openings. How did you feel about
where openings? Are we starting? Defense, or we starting?
We'll do it just like they did it in trial. The state.
Listen, I do have notes on those. Okay. I do. Let me get to my deleted notes. The state. Just off the dome. The state's opening made me wonder why that young lady took this case to trial. I do know the openings are not evidence, right? I do know this is just what the state is telling us they will prove. I am patiently waiting for the state to continue proving the things that they said in their opening statement because my mouth was on the floor. I didn't know why this young lady, I knew she was being arrested too. I just didn't know why. I think the state did a great job laying the foundation as to why Alicia is there. Why they feel like Alicia is a part of this. You know, my favorite part, I told you last night, was when you start breaking down what a principal party was. I thought that was very important to put that definition out there because you don't want people saying, "Oh, she didn't pull a trigger. She wasn't there." He was like, "Listen, she does not have to be a part of the actual crime, the shooting, the murder. She don't have to be a part of that. This is the part that she played. So openings had the state's opening had me wondering why she took it to trial. But again, it's openings, right?
Well,
It could
well,
be.
friends, she don't have a choice because her lawyer said that we were wrong. She was never offered
Oh, I saw that
a
today.
deal.
Julio's mom has a video. She might be on here. She sent it to me yesterday on Instagram. She was never offered a plea. So let me take the back. At the time, I thought she had a plea. I thought
But,
she
I had the same information that she was offered 18 years and she didn't take it, but that was not true.
that was not true.
According to her attorneys, she never got a deal. So at this point, it's like LWAP if you do and LWAP if you don't. I guess, do you try or do
She doesn't have
you
a choice.
have attorneys who say, we got you?
Well, I think that's an important conversation. The attorneys, people are going. Me now. We'll get to their openings, but the attorneys have to advocate for their client the best way they can. They have to. So we may not like what their stance. We may not like their perspective, but
Mm,
they got to do. They have to try
yeah.
some kind of way.
Now, I'll say this. I'll say that I was kind of, it was a plateau for me for the state's opening. Not because, okay, I'll say it like this. Understanding a principle, especially after watching Donna Adelson, you can see exactly how that can happen. As long as somebody understands that principle definition, it is what it is, and they can tie something to it. I just think he took a whole hour before he started tying Alicia to anything. And it was like, sir, bring it home. Come on, reel it in.
Someone else said that. I didn't feel like that. I was
I
not.
feel
I
like
don't want
you're
to say. I
talking
don't
for
want to say.
forever.
To say entertained, but I was
Hey, well, I'll say this. I feel like that opening was for the case. That opening to me was not for Alicia. But on the flip side, he does have to prove the act for you to understand what she caused. So not just the definition of principle, but he has to show, but for Alicia's actions,
come on now.
this happened. So I understood that he got the burden of proof. It don't sound like he got anything direct. You know what I mean? Like, it sound like you got to look at this, put this together, look at the boyfriend, look at the phone. You have to put all the pieces together to get to Alicia.
Yeah.
I'm waiting on him, like you. I'm waiting on him to drop the rest of the pieces. I think the bad thing is a lot of people are looking for a smoking gun. I don't think there is one.
But I think people need to understand, and I can look it up and we can go through it on here. People have to understand how she's being charged. They are not saying,
Yeah.
it's principle. They're just saying, listen,
Principle.
this is the part she played, and because she played this part, this is these are the results of her playing this part. And I heard someone was like, they're gonna have to just show me. I said, what more do you want? Now we're in the case. They're going to go into more detail with the videos that we saw during the openings. For me, his opening was a broad but pretty specific. Like him showing us what he's gonna see. He told me a story. So for me,
Yeah.
I felt like that's what I thought his opening was. It wasn't long and drawn out. So because somebody for like me who hadn't been really following, I was like, oh,
he got to talk about it.
This is I learned it's a gang war.
It's a
I learned ATK. I learned about Six Block. I learned about Young and Ace. I learned about who Fulio was. I learned about Fulio wasn't an innocent boy. I learned that Fulio liked to pop champagne on graves. He likes to do videos at grave sites. I learned that he was going to celebrate his birthday. I learned he got put out of an R&B. I mean, Airbnb. One of my YouTubes on, y'all. Sorry. I learned that he got put out of an Airbnb. I think he told me enough to give me a broad overview, and now every witness is just going to drive home what he told me during the opening. That's how I feel about it. Hey, everybody.
So this is what I came up with today. Today, I felt like they're trying to give the entire thing because they have to make a layperson like me understand why I would give her life for it. I think that's why they're going over every single
I can
casing.
see that.
Because to be honest, we're on day 3 and we are nowhere near done. And we still haven't heard from Ramos. We just have an opinion of Ramos, but we still haven't heard from Ramos, right? We just heard
And
people
that better show some crazy stuff with Ramos too.
And I took a lot from. I don't think I took. Well, we'll stick with openings, and then we'll get to it. Okay, so for the state's opening, I understood why he was doing it based on the principle, but I was like, okay, sir, get to Alicia. I need to know why I'm looking at this girl, because honestly, I feel like I hear Young and Ace's name more than I hear Alicia's. So
because she did play a minimal part that had big consequences.
I don't
want to say it was minimal because
I was about to say that's going to be their hurdle.
I don't want to say it's minimal. I want to say what did he say? It's not the most important part, because if they didn't know where he was,
they couldn't have gotten close to him without her. They would have never gotten close to him without her if that's the case. So defense is opening. It was mediocre for me too. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't love it.
At least you know what I love about what you just did there. You said I didn't love it. I love how you did that. I love how you did that. That's a very nice way to say what I'm going to say. I didn't like it. I did not like it.
Let me get my one.
I didn't like it.
You didn't like it, friend?
The first thing I think about is he was like this, y'all. He was sitting at that table like this.
I'm like, what? You gonna get up? That was okay. So I was confused.
I thought he couldn't move. I said,
oh no,
that man must got a Charlie horse over there. I thought he couldn't move. He just at the table like this, and son, I said, oh my God, you yelling at the people?
Listen, baby, hold on. I'm gonna tell you why. It took me somewhere. I didn't know what was happening. Right?
I've seen that before.
And when he said, "You are here to right or wrong,"
that pissed me off so bad.
And so are we. And when we was in Florida, and all I could think of is, if you think I came here to play around with y'all,
God damn it,
I'm not. And that happened in Florida too.
When I tell you, I did not like any of his little catchphrases. That man said,
"You didn't like wrong. She wasn't in the loop because she wasn't part of the group."
What wrong are they writing?
Well, they're saying because she was actually he says that Alicia has told the same story and the truth from the beginning. He says she wasn't in the loop because she wasn't in the group.
Now, team, hold up. Team, now everybody out here, y'all know I love me some rhyming words. Y'all know I wrote that down.
That wasn't Cochran for you. That wasn't Cochran.
You know I wrote it down when I saw that. That man said she wasn't in the loop because she wasn't in the group. I said,
she obviously didn't make the dress code meeting.
He said she wasn't in dress code.
She wasn't in dress code meeting.
She's the only one who had her cell phone. Everybody else ghosted their phones except her. I said, well, damn, because they using hers.
Yeah. Because they use her. But then,
come on, keep going. We can go on the defense all night. Honestly.
I did appreciate from the defense that they provided some sort of defense. Because, all too often, the last couple of cases that we've seen, it's like, They say she's guilty, make them prove it. And we've had the last couple of cases we've watched have literally been that 10-15 minute. They say she did it, but are they going to be able to prove it, make them prove it, and going over what reasonable doubt is? I have not heard in probably the last 2 to 3 cases, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but I have not heard in the last couple of cases, and one being in Florida, where they just outright said, this is not right. This is what actually happened. This is what happened at this time. And I think he missed the point, but I think if he would have added like the ages of the co-defendants, that would have helped bring home. I think it's just because I had looked up the ages of the co-defendants, and the Murphys are like 30 and 27.
Oh,
and
damn.
Alicia and Isaiah Chance are both like 21. And
at the time they were 20. They were what were they, 20?
Yeah, and Gas Wright 17, 18.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm trying to figure out.
He was what?
I think he's 18. Sean Gathright, he's 18.
Where the hell Sean Gathright get all those damn guns from at 18? How did he afford it?
I think that they were trying to say that his mom might have been in the military or something.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Like that.
But that 27 and 30-year-old, see, this is why you have to be so careful when you are a parent and watching who your children are hanging around. Because what was there? Why were they around?
Ain't no 30-year-old coming over my house to kick it with my 18-year-old. Let me tell y'all something. My grandparents had a whole holy fit because my freshman year, a senior wanted to take me to homecoming. The dance was after school. Okay, we were both in the same school, dance team and football player. They was like, he's 18,
and they thinking how I'm a 30-year-old. Because what
30-year-old coming to
you should be in your own place with 2 kids and a wife.
How you going on a weekend with an 18-year-old? First of all, can he get in where the 30-year-old can get in?
He can't even get in the clubs with you.
If it's 25 and up, there go 3 of the folks there.
We can't even send you in the liquor store.
And everybody left from Gathwright's house, which means,
Brianna, I can't say charge the mama because just because my gun's in my house don't mean I know my child finna go do that. I just, my only thing was, what was his relate? Like,
don't y'all play. Grandma said that was a professional camera.
And T, don't
the
start.
Umbrella.
Don't start this, T.
And the power washing equipment. Grandma looked at them bags.
Yeah, I hadn't finished.
Grandma looked at them bags. Y'all heard this out
too. But this one called me yesterday. She said, Mel, did you get to the grandmama yet? I said, no, I ain't
get to the grandma.
I didn't get to the grandma yet. She said, well, let me just tell you. The grandma said the boy needed the truck for a pressure washer. I said, a pressure washer? She said
Grandma said he didn't come for that truck. While they was talking, and she asked about his power washing business.
Power washing, okay.
He said that he was doing okay, but it was a little difficult taking the power washing equipment in and out of a car instead of an SUV. So if up to you, totally up to you, Grandma. But if you allow me to, I could probably do a little better with the SUV. But I'm making it with the car. It's up to you. And she said, grandbaby, you can take that car, get your charger, and clean it out.
I just know that boy books is stacked. Grandma making sure that boy books together.
I know they right now trying to figure out what they're going to do in April of 2026. Because what you can't do is call that woman. They can't call that woman. Not for that baby. They can't call that woman. They got to find another way.
Here's the thing, because y'all know T said they can't call her. I said I would because grandma up there lied through her dentures.
And go say it the same way. I bet grandma say it the same way every time. I bet grandma said it the same way every time. Grandma said they stole that footage. She told them they can view it. She looked up, they was downloading it. No. She ain't call her daughter. She called her friend that's a Christian to pray for her. Because police was
I got to watch Granny. I got to watch Granny, but what I do believe is when I saw him hug his grandmother, what I said was, man, there is for every person who we think is a shitty person, a bad person, there is someone out there who loves that person. There is no way that grandmother, when she was hugging her grandson, could have imagined that just the day before he went and wreaked havoc on a damn on
Ain't
private
about
citizens,
imagining what
civilians, killed a person. She ain't thought that.
not ain't she it ain't even a thought. Not her baby. It ain't even a thought. It ain't never crossed her mind. Grandma said, I don't know who y'all talking about. That's a photographer with a power washing business. That did the SUV.
See, don't even say it. Don't even
She said
say
they
it.
always go. She said she always asks them, don't forget your charger. She said they go, they get fast food, they leave their cups of juice in the car. It's always stuff. So every time, but she said they always leave it dirty. So every time before she get in the car, she said, you got your charger? Make sure it's clean.
She love that grandson, and I
That's
don't
why
doubt
he
he loves
placed
his
it down because, and she said, and that's why he turned and looked at me and he smiled. Because I always say, got your charger? Make sure it's clean.
And I have no doubt she does that. I also have no doubt she loves her grandson. But on the flip side, your grandson is a murderer.
On the
She's
flip
got
side,
she's got to go to God
your
about that
grandson
one.
know it.
She's got to go to God about that one.
Listen. So
she
we get
needs to sit down and talk to God and see what will possess her grandson. Like but let me say this, it makes a little sense. The little tactical advantage they had going on. Maybe he learned it from his mom.
Now I will say I'm gonna have to look it up because I'm gonna say this. Defense can say anything, but they don't have to prove it, right? Oh, thank you, Chaz.
Thank you, Chaz.
So the defense said you have no idea if Sean Gathrigh's mom has previous military experience, if she has previous this, that, and the other. So he kind of just threw it out there. They were objecting to it left and right on the cross, but I think he was just I don't know if he was just throwing it out there if it would be actual factual. I would hope that he wouldn't throw it out there unless it was something that can be explained. But again, he's asked everybody, have you seen what was in those bags? Did you look in those bags? Did you this, that, and other with those bags? And the only person that has answered that question as yes, I looked in that bag is grandma.
I just can't believe she sat there and lied through them dentures.
She gonna call grandma a lie? Grandma a lie. Grandma said you
because
got
here's the
charge.
thing. That's why I like, beyond a reasonable doubt. We see him exiting his home with the bags. And then we see him hours later committing a crime with a very large gun. Then his home is searched. He has very large guns in his home. So, a reasonable person would assume those were guns in that bag. It doesn't have to be concrete. It's what does a reasonable person say about this? And it's just, I get it, Granny. Maybe you got your days.
I got another story for you. So we got the reasonable person with the big guns in Granny's camera. I got another verses for you because y'all know I'm getting ready for verses tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I wish I'm gonna be at one music fest. I wish I could watch.
Oh, I can't wait.
Tina said this ain't his trial. That's a fact too.
There you go. The next verses I got. What about Aaliyah's story versus Kamaya's story? So Aaliyah was witness one, and she said her and her friend Taifa and her friend Kamaya came down to visit Tampa. She said that it was there. They planned to stay at the Airbnb.
Remember, Taifa's the boy. Taifa's the boy.
Taifa's the boy. Taifa's the cousin of Julio.
Yes. Okay.
So Aaliyah says, "Hey, me and my friends came down here. We end up going out. We was here to be with Julio. We went to 3 or 4 clubs Friday night, 3 or 4 clubs Saturday night. They end up getting kicked out the Airbnb. We pull up to the Home 2 Suites. I had to pee. Me and Taifa go in. We hear all the popping inside. My friend had took off in Taifa's car.
Kamaya.
Yeah, Kamaya took off in Taifa's car. She turned around, came back, got me. We took Kamaya. She had been shot. We took Kamaya to the hospital, and I went and parked his car in the apartments next to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Kamaya said, I ain't know a fuck thing about this Airbnb. I thought I was going on a girls' trip with my friend Aaliyah and our other friend that live in Tampa. We get there, we not there. We over here on the side at this Airbnb. I had no idea I was going to be staying at. Then I find out I'm staying at it.
Wait a minute, now I gotta listen to it again because I don't remember it that way.
Kamaya?
Oh shit! Hold up, y'all. Kamaya definitely said it was a girls' trip, but she also knew Taifa was there because Barchi. She also knew Taifa was. Hold up, y'all. Go ahead, Miss J.
I'm waiting because she ain't know Taifa was coming.
She knew he was down there.
Well, they rolled with Taifa, but that wasn't supposed to be the plan.
Somebody said that on my TikTok, and I said,
that wasn't supposed to be the plan.
What it sounded like to me was, yeah, we were going to see them, but we were also going to be doing our own thing too. That's what it sounded like to me. We were going to still hang out as girls. That's what her testimony sounded like to me.
It sounded like to me. What y'all think? It sounded like to me that Aaliyah used Kamaya. I think she used shit out.
You said Aaliyah. People don't like Aaliyah. People are.
Well, I'm gonna tell you why. Let me tell you something. I'm just gonna tell you from Miss J's point of view. This is not anybody else's point of view. Don't blame it on Mel. Don't blame it on Kamaya. Don't blame it on nobody else. But let me tell you something. If I get with my girl and I say, "Hey, we gonna get together," me and Mel. Think about it like this. I tell Mel, we going to Atlanta. We going to Atlanta and we gonna meet up with Kayla. And when we get there, Kayla gonna take us here, there, and everywhere. Or we going to Houston, we gonna meet up with Kayla, and Kayla gonna take us everywhere, right? And then when I say, okay, you ready to go? And Mel shows up for us to go to Houston to see Kayla, and I got Big Unc in the car. Okay, well.
Oh, I feel bad because I used to bring my ex to out with me and my girl.
Listen, but okay, well, okay.
We got on the girls' trip. I've never done it on the girls' trip,
y'all. There, I'm about to say, if you thinking it's a girls' trip. So then we get to Houston and you find out that, okay, we supposed to be doing Miss J, Kayla, Mel things. Big Unc got us over here in a hostel with all these niggas up in the Airbnb. Now, Mel like, okay, I'm down for a good party. But that's not what we said we was doing. We said it was going to be us. We're going to do some girls trip things, and we're supposed to do it. But now I'm running up behind Big Unc. Big Unc got mail around folks that she don't even know. Expect her to stay in that Airbnb and chill with them. Now, Big Unc even puts Mel in the position where Mel sees somebody that she knows stay with beef, even though she don't know them. So I believe that's why Kamaya was saying, I was in the room by myself. I don't like being around a whole lot of people. Kamaya had an attitude. So at that point, if Mel gets up and goes with Kayla because Miss J can't get from up under Big Unc's ass, and they go out, do what they want to do, and Miss J say, oh, we gonna just stay at the Airbnb, and you like, hell, if I am, I'm gonna go stay with Kayla. I don't know them people.
She rode, but here's the thing. She rode down there with them.
She rode down there with them, but the Airbnb wasn't the plan.
The friend Nasaya lived in Florida, if I'm recalling this correctly. Nasaya lived there. First of all, only the girls went out together Friday night. When they went out Friday, it was the girls, her, Nasaya, Aaliyah, all of them. She just didn't stay in the Airbnb Friday night. Saturday, it makes sense for them all to be together because we all in Tampa. If it's Fulio's birthday, it made sense. They opted to go. It wasn't like they were forced to go.
They opted to go, but they left earlier than everybody. I'm gonna tell you what I feel.
They left to go to the club. But
yeah, they left to go. They left to go to the club, and everybody met up with them. But I'm gonna tell y'all my personal opinion. Aaliyah has only been friends with Kamaya for about a year.
Yep, she did.
She's known Taifa for years.
Years. Yep.
Aaliyah did not opt to go do this with anybody that she's known for years. She opted to go on this trip with somebody that she knew for a year and met online and became good friends with after being online. This is somebody that has no past knowledge of her past relationships, past ties, and would not question why she was there at that celebration. Now, again, don't get me wrong. You date who you date, you deal with who you want to deal with, and you should not be strapped by it. But she definitely made a conscious decision to bring somebody who would not question her being there.
But I'm gonna listen. Let me tell you why I push back, T, because Bentley Kamaya was one of the only witnesses who was really forthcoming about what it was. Kamaya was not oblivious. Kamaya knew who Fulio was. She knew his drama. She knew Young and Ace. She knew his brother. She was not like a.
Let me tell you
Like
something.
I
I know
would have
your
gone
drama.
out with Aaliyah. I would have gone out with Aaliyah and been just like, what? What's going on? Kamaya knew what was going on, so she wasn't ambushed by
No,
these.
no, I'm not saying she oblivious to who it was, because once she saw Fulio, she knew exactly who she was dealing with and all of that.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
I'm saying is she was
yeah.
absolutely oblivious that Young and Ace's brother, that Aaliyah was originally tied to when he passed away, she had no knowledge of that relationship.
Did she say that?
She did.
I didn't remember that. I don't
She
remember.
didn't
I
know
know
her
she
at that
remembered the
point.
brother. I do. She
So
remembered.
what she did was, but see, Aaliyah played. I went with my friends. Me and my friends. Me and my friends. We went. Me and my two friends. We went. Me and my two friends. We went to Tampa. She played the he just a friend card. When they asked her about still being tied to Trayvon Bullard's family, she said, "I don't hang with them, but I still
I
keep in
still
touch."
communicate. Yep.
Kamaya got on there and said she didn't tell me we was going with the dude she was talking to. So you was talking to Taifa.
Girl, now I got to pull her up again.
Pull it up again because Aaliyah
Because
said,
when she said years, I wondered that, T. I really wondered if they were like dating or something. Because
Kamaya,
I have male friends too, right? So I'm not saying you can't have male friends, but I did wonder if it was a little more because she said I went with my friends and a girl and a guy she was talking to, and then she does say his name. But I just don't remember her saying she didn't know they didn't talk. I remember her saying a guy she
no,
was talking.
Aaliyah during her testimony, she kept saying my friends, my friends, my friends, my two friends, Taifa and Kamaya. It was Kamaya who said, I didn't know we supposed to be a girls trip. I didn't know we were going with the dude that she was talking to, but okay, I went with it. We went there. I didn't know we were going to be staying at the Airbnb, but eventually, okay, I went with it. But let
She
me tell
didn't
you
stay
something.
there though. She didn't stay at the Airbnb. She stayed with the
She didn't
same.
stay the first night, and then the second night they she went to the Airbnb and got dressed, but the second night they ain't nobody stayed there.
Now, do you remember her saying that they were going to get on the road to go back home, but they were like, we don't want anything to happen to anyone, so that's why they said, let's just still go get a room. That was
Let me tell
crazy
you
to
something.
me.
I'm gonna
Hannah,
tell
I
you
wasn't
right
gonna I
now.
wasn't gonna bust Miss J
This is
out when she was telling her story, but I definitely said, well, we met like a year ago, and this is my friend.
but this is
Okay.
the thing though. This my friend, but friend, you would feel some type of way about me if I took you somewhere and all of a sudden you was in a situation that you didn't know about.
Well, you know what I feel though, T. If I'm being real honest, I just feel like you wouldn't put me in a crazy situation, and I wouldn't put you in a crazy
There you
situation.
go. That's
So
why
you know,
Kamaya went with it. She thought this my friend. She wouldn't put me in no mess. But let me tell you something.
hey cousin, my cousin in the chat, and Rara told me my sister said Rara told me you said Mel ain't been live. I'm live today, and you caught me. Hey cousin.
Listen, I if you tell me we going on a girls trip, I get there and your man there, I roll with that. I get there and you got me in a situation with other folk men all up in an Airbnb that I'm supposed to stay with, share bathrooms with, stuff like that. I'm gonna have a problem with that. If I start going out by myself and leaving your dumb ass, that's because I'm feeling some type of way, but I ain't ready to leave Tampa yet. Then I get out here, y'all both go in the damn hotel to go pee, and y'all leave my ass in that car that ain't gonna start, and I got to pray heaven's walls down to get the car to start. I get shot after I didn't went up here with your
Oh
man,
my God,
and went
T.
up here and went with the Airbnb, and I didn't got shot. Y'all talk about turn around and come get me. I'm
I
going
wonder
to the
if they
hospital
still
and call my
friends.
mama.
I wonder if
Call
they still
my mama.
friends. You think they still friends?
your friend. Oh, I'm gonna be
Because
friendly. I can get near you.
you didn't even come in the hotel room, and you didn't even come to the hospital. That bothered me. To me, I'm on
Well,
probation.
I'm on probation.
You still in your state. I thought you're good. You still in Florida. I thought she was gonna be. I didn't want to come in contact with the police, but then she did. Okay, y'all. I'm not getting on the Aaliyah bandwagon because I know y'all like her, but I am gonna tell you something that she said during cross examination. During cross examination, Aaliyah said, I mean, no, I think it was redirect. It wasn't just that she was on probation why she didn't want to come into contact with the police. It was also because she knew it was Fulio and she knew it would be spread across social media and she did not want her name in it.
But you ain't want your name in it because you knew who you was affiliated with. That's why you took somebody with you that didn't know who you was affiliated with. Because the only thing Kamaya had was social media knowledge. She had common knowledge. That was it. But let me tell you something. If I say, okay, cool, friend, we can go with your man. Who's staying here? What? The boy with all the crazy going on? Okay. Okay, cool. I stay. I go to the club with y'all. We'll go to wherever they going. That's cool. And then I end up getting popped after you didn't put me in a situation. You know this boy been on people's graves and mess. Let me tell you something. The friendly fade we gotta catch. We gotta go in the janitor's closet.
I don't know. The young girls, you know,
you don't put nobody in
this because I'm older and wiser. If I know you got stuff like that going on,
I'm gone.
Just don't be around you.
I'm gone
because y'all know I'm a realtor, and I can recall going to show a rapper a house one time, and I was so nervous. I was excited because yes, this is gonna look good for my business, but then I was nervous.
Are we okay?
I'm from the same city this rapper from, and you know what be going on in the city, and I'm just like, it'll be the innocent realtor that gets hit while somebody's trying to come for this person. That's always how it happens. So I just can't believe there were so many girls willing to be around him knowing what he had going on.
Now, okay, so right there, that one thing you just said, that you had common knowledge of this rapper that you were showing a house to, and while you were showing him the house, you still had the wherewithal to understand, like, hey, there's some stuff
swivel
around this
person. I'm in a different state.
So, where are you at with these text messages? Is this common knowledge that everybody has about Fulio, or is this Alicia knowledge?
You gotta be in a circle to know that type of stuff. Let me tell you something. When Young Dolph got killed, I'm 38. My Facebook did not look like my niece's. My niece, they at the time they were 24, 25, 26, somewhere up in there. My Facebook didn't look like theirs. So you've got to know somebody who knows somebody in these circles to get specific knowledge, like she was telling. This ain't stuff that was on Fox 13. I just felt like that information, Arian presented it as if she had common knowledge, and it doesn't matter. That was a little more than common knowledge, in my opinion. In my opinion, and I've heard people say it's Jacksonville, we all know. Then if something happened to somebody that y'all know all this information about, and you sit in the court, then you're going to be in the same position she is. The reason it matters is because that knowledge that she had, that man ended up dead.
Well, I'll say this: I'm torn, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm torn. I absolutely understood in both ways the messages between Alicia and her bestie. I did not take it back in 2021 that she was saying then she wanted Julio to really go. I don't really feel like she was talking about Fulio as a person personally. I just felt like they were speaking on, I'm sick of this. They kind of made it seem like a drill rap to grave pipeline. And they were like,
I can see that.
Sick of it. Just quit making songs. Just shut up. Go retaliate. Get your paperwork and go on. Like, I just wish she'd just be over. I wish he'd just die. Like, I just really think, because I can't imagine being a kid at that time with things happening at schools, at a football game, and then you get on Facebook or social media, and you pop up and you look and there's a new song released, and then you got to go to school. Like your head is on a swivel back and forth, like, oh God, are they going to come up to the school? Are they going to do something? So I do think in a way it was common knowledge. But what I do hate for Alicia is that you talked about how you hated rappers, you hated what they stood for, you hated what they represented, but then you went and picked a rapper.
You were involved in it. Here's the thing. I get Alicia feeling emotional, feeling scared.
Yeah.
I get
I just
it.
don't like the fact that you say we give you all that, then you go pick a rapper.
The problem that I had was the language that she used. If you want me to believe that, you can be frustrated. Y'all remember my favorite movie?
Oh, you don't want to hear the language I use when I ain't on.
My favorite movie, Dreamgirls. When he was talking about patience, and he was really just, we gotta have change. You could just feel it. Baby, Alicia in them text messages like, don't put it in the song. Go get your get back. I like that type of conversation. It's like you can't be emotional that it's happening, and then in the same sentence say, "Why don't you just go? Why don't you just go take care of your ops? You talking about your ops, and you don't even live in Jacksonville. How your ops gonna get you if you don't live in the city? Like I'm gonna put a bag. I put a bag on your head. Like
now,
that's what's hard.
That was the friend that said that part. But I'll say this.
This is the when you're looking from the jury's point of view, right? You know, like even when they try to make Alicia like, oh, she didn't know what was going on. Shit, then we get
now we're not gonna do that part.
She could have been Channel 3 for the games. Alicia could have set up her laptop right now and went live every day, telling you what was going on with the games. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying.
I'll say that I don't believe it's specialized knowledge. I believe it's common knowledge to an extent.
Yeah.
I believe it's common knowledge to an extent. Now, where I believe she got extra intel is because of who she was dating. And when they talked about the text messages 20 that they were getting ready to try to bring in today, which Attorney Arian argued like these is even older than the ones you tried to do yesterday.
I can't wait to see that.
But these particular text messages actually mentioned Bibby, actually mentioned Robert's ass again. What's his name?
He's on my list to discuss. What's going on with Robert? I need some background on Robert.
He over there in Hillsborough.
Talked about it on my TikTok. We just talked about
he over there on Hillsborough County. He got a fair charge and a state probation charge. He being held right now. He back there. He back in the back. It's
something with him because why the hell is a defense asking about him? Why are they asking witnesses? Are you aware who Robert is? What car was Robert in? What part did Robert play that we don't know about?
Well, the connection that they've made so far, and they keep saying the same name. They just ain't even said that it's him, but they keep saying friend Robert was actually accused of at some point.
Spaz? Is he the one that was accused of Spaz?
Of taking out Spaz with Bibby.
With Bibby.
They said Bibby was with Robert when Spaz was taken out. That's what was dropped in the text messages from today.
But why does the
Spaz is
no.
Spaz is Rashad Murphy's brother.
His brother or something.
His brother. Rashad Murphy's brother. So Davion and Rashad are cousins. Spaz was Rashad's brother.
Okay, there we go. Thank you. I told them, I said, why they keep asking?
And so Robert was also Julio's driver all day.
All day up until that time.
Until Xavier Edwards took him.
Yep, that's it.
Now, Robert was in the car with Monty, and what was the friend's name that testified?
Randolph. I don't remember her first name, but Randolph.
Miss Randolph. They cut off her first name with Miss Randolph.
Because so okay, so
wait a minute, Miss Randolph wasn't no joke, wasn't you? Was she?
Miss Random.
Miss Randolph said, "Don't
Was
know
slick.
other females exist but us." I don't know her. We don't know them.
Miss
Who
Randolph
I know is
was not playing with them. Okay, Miss when she told that man, everybody in my city rap like that. I said, "Oh, okay, Miss Randolph."
and
Now,
that's why I hate that they're trying to make it seem like she has some common knowledge about it. Like she has some specialized knowledge. She didn't have no knowledge more than what was being run through the streets.
I don't even think it was that T. I think it's the fact that the defense tried to
Because
make it
Isaiah Chase
like
was not the
like.
gangster.
Here's the thing. I just feel like if those messages said, "Oh my God, did you see Fulio online?" But it was so much detail. He killed this person. This person posted this. That's why I think the problem is coming in. Not that it's not specialized knowledge, but it's the
But
fact
they were
that
talking about
you know enough
you
to
know enough to know that
understand
what
the
was going
fear.
on.
Yes,
Now, I'm gonna tell
that's
you what my
it.
problem is for Alicia, because I can give her a whole lot of things, but one thing that I'm feeling is accessory after the fact, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm not feeling an LWAP, but I'm feeling accessory after the fact. If 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 you believe she didn't know before she got there, I believe even if she wasn't part of the planning committee, even if she missed the dress code memo, even if she didn't know that the Murphys was going to pop up because it was her, Gathright, and Chance that left, even if she claimed she did not know all the way up until they got there, two things didn't happen for me. One, I've been a young girl with questionable choices around 18.
Y'all have.
And you do end up, if you make questionable choices like I may have a time or two, you do end up more so with him and his friends rather than him with you and yours. Right? And young guys will invite their friends to everything. So you think you having a date, but you really, that's just when the chance you get to be with him. Okay. When you dealing with young, dumb, questionable shit, you do. Now, had I been with my questionable decision and we finally get away from all of them, right? They all end up at the Airbnb. They all end up out of town with us. They all end up, but you say, okay, me and you gonna get out. We're gonna leave them at the house. Me and you gonna go somewhere. And where you take me, I see out the corner of my eye, them drive by. What are they doing here? I thought we left them at the house. You said, like she ain't spazzed in the parking lot that said that this was a surprise, right? Then we go to
him or
another club.
nothing.
Then we go to another club and they pop up again. Oh, it's because you what? I thought we was gonna, so I would have made a questionable decision in that parking lot had I kept seeing your friends when I thought we was on a date. So you knew that was not a date. But what part of the date, Alicia, you have to somebody has to answer this for me. What part of the date ended up at that hotel? Because y'all had an Airbnb from 622 to 624. That was not a question. What part of that ended up at a hotel? And then y'all got to explain to me how the 9 casings got there.
Oh, them not T. I asked this on my TikTok live. I'll ask this on here. Please tell me what part of this trip showed romantic date. The man ain't taking nowhere but McDonald's. She could have done that.
Girl, she thought he was a rapper. She don't. This ain't.
They had been talking for 2 to 3 years, so this one, like, no, I
ain't
just
shit about McDonald's gonna be romantic if you didn't let Big Burley hold you in front of me and put you in the back seat.
I don't think he hold her.
We not together no more anyway.
I don't think he hold him. I think that boy just got in the back. I don't think it was that deep. The defense gotta have something. Now they can't bring in DV.
Well, why you in the back seat and your girlfriend in the front seat?
They can't.
Why you ain't getting the front seat?
They can't bring in DV for Alicia, so now we got to make it like her dude was a hoe. Now Murphy was bullying him and her.
But you can't say that. I don't think it was a bully situation, but I don't think he was going. I think he was going to be like,
you
smoke.
said he hold him. Hold him is another word for a bully.
Listen, there ain't no bully. Let me tell you something. Did Debo? Wait a minute. Hold on. What Smokey say?
Which part?
Smokey said, when he come around, I be quiet. But when he leave, I be talking. That was a big, burly ass 30-year-old man. That boy was like 20.
So he hold him.
in the hole with my eyes. If I'm sitting in the front seat, you leave me up here with
It's
Big
like
Burley ordering up all this food. I no, you don't leave me in the front seat with him. You could have got your ass in there. And then, and then
some men,
another thing I'm gonna
and see
say
that's
is
what
that
I'm
was y'all can
saying.
don't put it on mail. That was Big Burley's ass across the back of that Tesla. Y'all seen that slow ass high step after he
No, they said that was Gathright. The
slow as
prosecutor
hell.
said that
What
was
kind of military
Gathright.
training he got? His ass was the slowest high step I ever seen in my
That
life.
man, no, the prosecutor said that was Gathright. I think he said that
Gathright
was
too skinny to be
Gathright.
running like that.
I'm telling you, I think the prosecutor said that was
Everybody
Gathright.
out of shape.
I
Didn't
think he
nobody
said that was
didn't
Gathright.
nobody get prepared for the hit, right? Everybody didn't plan to run or nothing. Y'all up here in the city y'all ain't never been to or ain't from, and y'all gonna sit up here, don't know the terrain, don't know where the hit gonna take place. Y'all just gonna have it take place in a place where y'all don't even know if y'all can get out, where you gotta run to, how far you gotta go, and then you're gonna do it in a car that say your mama name, take the car from your mama name to your grandmama house.
Wasn't that
Granny
crazy?
up here on the stand talking about photography equipment.
Girl, look at me. I watched too much Law and Order. Because what they say, what do they call them? Steamers? Where's the I think it's called a steamer. Where's the steamer? Where
Say
are
out
you?
here
How
power
they're
wash.
in your car?
You say out here power washing with no hot water.
Why? Like, I thought they steal cars, take the license plate out. You are in your car registered to you.
That
We
was no
have clocked,
instant puppy love.
we have clocked your tags at least 10 times. Like,
You gonna take? Let me tell you something. They
the
wouldn't
boy
have had
put
to.
the Airbnb, the boy
Would have
put
been
the
on
Airbnb
his
in his,
behind. First of
like,
all, you gonna catch a fade because you done did something in the car with my name on it. But then you gonna put my mama in it. So me and you gotta fight, son or not. We gotta fight because that's not. You don't do that. You don't do that. You don't put grandmama in it, and now you got my mama up here talking about photography equipment with the big umbrella and power washing equipment.
you're in Florida. I know you got some scammers. You didn't get them to make you a fake ID so you can reserve that Airbnb. It's in your real name. It's in your real.
And
I was just
the market is reserved to Airbnb.
Airbnb in their name. I don't know what happened from, and I'm by no means saying I wish they planned this better. What I am saying is there were times where it seemed like they had a plan, and then there were times where it seemed like just whatever. So my thing was the Airbnb. Remember, they didn't have them that first day on that camera at all. They went through the bag. They didn't have them on the camera. But the
And I
second
was
day,
wondering about that because
all five of them are on the camera.
But my thing is, it really wouldn't matter who was on the camera if it was always in Rashad Murphy's name. It doesn't matter who got caught on the camera. It could have been glitchy, it could have been updated, it could have been doing anything. If you got to be from here to understand, that's what everyone is speaking on in the midst. Listen, we only speak on that happens in court.
Wasn't in court. I was just about,
I only speak on the part what happens in court, only because everything else that happens, if it does not end up as evidence, as a piece of evidence, as an exhibit, then that's not, the jury's not going to understand either. So we have to only take it from the area of what a common juror is going to receive. Trust me, I get it. I'm from a place where I've watched 3 generations go down through Ricos, and it's another one brewing right now. I just seen somebody that I saw go down in my generation's Rico come back out with this generation's Rico, and they just gave him 116 years last week. Okay, I'm just saying, I understand wholeheartedly that you can know all this information about certain people and certain players, but I also understand.
We know Double A. We know.
Yeah, so we understand. Like, so it can be, and to be honest, another thing that I think that nobody touches on, not her lawyers or anything else, is that when you grow up with people, you have no idea of what they will become or what path they will take. Y'all can all go to the same school, live on the same street, catch the same bus, and you can become a lawyer and they can become something else. You see what I'm saying? Like, so that doesn't mean when I see these people in passing, I feel any different. That's still the person I took retreats with when we was gone with the center. That's still the same
fifth grader. We used to be in the same
fifth grade. That's still the same person I went to Wyandotte Lake with. That's still the same person I might have went to my 8th grade dance with. That does not change that. So in that case, I feel like some of that credit is not given to Alicia by her living in Jacksonville her whole life, that she may have ties to people that at one date after 4th or 5th grade, they may have picked a side.
But what ties are you when you say that? Who specifically do you mean?
I just mean that right now, like just like I said, the guy that just got 116 years for rug offenses. Right now, somebody could pull up a picture of me with him when I got on a pullover starter jacket. Like it goes back. I got tied to this person. Not that I know him, not that I've kept in contact with them, but if I seen him today, I would hug him and introduce him to my husband. This is such and such. Remember, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Like I know who his kids are. I comment like they almost like internet nieces, for example. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm rooting for his kid that just went to college. He just became a grandfather. Like I know these things, not because I've seen this person in the last 10 years.
Yeah,
but
I get
because
you.
I'm still connected to that same microcosm of people. Jacksonville absolutely has a microcosm of people who know 12 block, well,
Same as Memphis.
100, and you know it. But where the cruise, they took that cruise from Granny and left her stranded.
Kids,
I mean, no.
The cruise.
That's the Impala. The cruise, they got it from Rashad Murphy in Gwinnett County.
Oh, okay. It's in Gwinnett. And then here I go. I said, now why would he bring his ass to Gwinnett? People do not play out here in Gwinnett. Why would you come? Why would you come to Gwinnett?
They said today, friend, that he was all over them LPRs. He's all over them license plate readers. It was pinging from 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. Just pinging and pinging and pinging. They said that lieutenant said, listen, go out in this area and find that goddamn car. They keep popping up. He's here. They're here. And they was at the Baymont Hotel. Had just checked in. They had been moving around. They get his ass. He get his ass out. And
he's the one who was smiling. He was smiling like he
was smiling. And that guy said he turned on his lights. He popped out his car, and Rashad Murphy popped out at the same damn time. He said hands. Rashad said, nah, fuck that feet. Rashad took the fuck off.
He don't look like he's the smallest. So did he get far?
He was smiling in that picture. The audacity of him trying to run, they're gonna fall. They're gonna fall.
And I don't have any for you, sir. I don't have any for you. You don't care. I definitely don't.
What you talking about?
Oh, he said if you want to get away from Jacksonville, the first place we go is ATL because it's bigger. I can see that. I feel like I'm
listen because Groves was out there. Groves was out there living it up, wasn't he?
Oh, wasn't he? Baby, he was out here having a ball. I'm trying to figure out what was out there bubble gum. What were they doing without that bubble gum in the house?
I don't know. Must have been for his nerves.
Maybe kept his anxiety or something.
It was his nerves. That's his nerves.
Montresa, you're exactly right. I said they did all of this, and them people got them almost every camera in Tampa. Could follow their entire night on these cameras.
So I'll say this. How do you feel about the investigation? I know the defense is trying to poke holes in the investigation.
I didn't watch today, so I don't know. I didn't watch today. The most that I felt like they were doing from what I did see when officers were up there, like asking an officer, well, why didn't you take pictures? And the officer's like, okay, well, that wasn't my job.
That wasn't their part.
He was like, that's not my part. I was only there for 20 minutes. I was only there for 2 hours. So I haven't, and I'm right now on the firearms person. We kind of cute. The Jesus kind of cute. I'm on the Jesus right now. I said, okay, the Jesus, okay. Look,
the first the Jesus. There's two.
Experience? I said, oh.
Oh yeah, he said he win prizes. He go out here and pop for fun. Okay, he said he's a popper for real. I can appreciate that. I can also appreciate him saying that he owned those things too, because I'm like, don't make people feel bad for having brass catchers.
Yeah,
because people do own those. You know what I mean? Or you go to you go to a range and they'll give you those just so they don't have to pick everything up. You know what I mean? Like, so it's not that uncommon to have them, but I do understand that. I think it was helpful if people could get around, oh, why is he talking about guns? Alicia didn't pull no triggers. If you can get around that part, then I think you can understand that he's telling you that they purposely took measures to make these weapons just tear off. This was meant for nobody to make it out. The
I think it's
investigation
interesting
top
for him to
tier
do
here in Hillsborough County. Top tier. I have no qualms with the investigation from what I've heard so far. The only qualms I had related to the investigation so far was the way it was presented. And that's not nothing that to do with the investigation. That's everything to do with the state presenting its case.
What do you mean? Like the way they're leading up to things?
No, so with me, I would have appreciated more. We had already heard about Sergeant Portman being a supervisor. When Sergeant Portman takes the stand, and you'll see him. I think he
I
takes it
think I've
after.
seen him.
Okay,
I think I've seen some.
so Portman actually gets up there and say, "Hey, we were already sitting on Truth 18. It's an after hours.
Yep.
It had been open. It had been having problems for over a year. So we actually sit around that area and make sure people don't congregate. Plus, we knew that
he might be there
in the area, and this is a very popular spot after the place that he was scheduled to be would have been closing. So therefore, it was possible that he could have come there, but we were sitting on that spot anyway. But when he said that when he took off within 2 minutes, got down there to the Home 2 suites, the Sonata pulls in front of him. He takes off to follow the Sonata. At that point, he stops minding them, sees where Charles is, sees the trail of blood. He said, "You stay with this man," because I just checked him.
USF officers.
You stay here with him. You USF police officer, you stay with them that just pulled out in front of me. And the rest of us, we going up in here where this blood trail is. Had I heard that first, I would have loved to hear that first, the game plan, break. And then you can bring me the 20-minute officer and the hour-long officer. And all I did was take a picture because it was cool.
He was bringing it. You know how it, see.
I would have wanted to hear that first.
I love talking to, that's why I love this. I thought he was kind of going in order of how the officers arrived and what happened. Remember, like some of the officers,
tell me something.
One officer came from a 911 call. Another officer came because Armani and them stopped them. Two of them were together. So I thought that's kind of how they were bringing everybody out.
I had a lot of appreciation for that stop. Because let me tell you something. In certain parts of town, if you'd have ran up on a cop while they was already stopping somebody, you might have got popped.
It seemed so chaotic. I just feel for
chaotic. Now, I'm going to drop a piece right here. There is, after Portman, I believe there is another officer that says he walked into work. He's the first officer to say it. He says he walked into work and he got a memo. Hey, Julio Fulio is in town.
Yep. He was actually the first day, I think.
He's the first one. Okay. Julio Fulio's in town for his birthday. He has an appearance at Teasers, and he has a problem with folks in this neighborhood.
I hope these little boys listen.
Be aware, right? But they said today, when the defense asked the person who took the pictures, I think he took a total of like 918 pictures. He's the person that took all the pictures of the property, the damage, the cars, and Julio Fulio in the scene. He said that he basically said that, hey, did you collect evidence? And he said, no, I just took pictures. So when they talked about collecting the evidence, they said some of the 9mm casings ended up with the ATF. And he was like, so did you just pick and choose what casings went over to the ATF? Because it wasn't all of them. He said, no, I only took pictures. I didn't collect anything, but the feds were on the scene. So how everybody aware of Julio Fulio? The feds are on the scene of Julio Fulio, but nobody saw this about to happen. Nobody saw.
Listen, it was not the officer who said he got the memo. That didn't. I was like, okay, they knew he was there. It was the officer Portman who was actually at Teasers. He was actually at Teasers. My thing was, I know Julio wasn't a rapper who's going to pay for additional security. He's out there. But I did wonder, why didn't police talk to him? They didn't go up and say anything. If y'all saying he here, what was the plan? Was it just to be at the events that he was going to be at? What was the plan? I did wonder that because why?
To be honest, I'm starting to
plan. Like, was there?
To be honest, this is my thing, and somebody told me this today because I had a conversation with somebody. I won't put him out there, but I had a conversation with somebody today, and he said he thinks that the Tampa police was worried about the Tampa issue. They were worried about maybe if they saw people from that neighborhood or who they know to be with him, and not that it was a big, like he wasn't a Tupac. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't known everywhere, so they weren't going that far. Now, I have gotten 2 think pieces so far and a slew of comments. So I'm gonna ask you what you think.
He said 2 think pieces.
You know, people tend to write me and just like tell me about what they don't like that I said or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, how do you feel? Because you sound good to me. I just saw somebody said you were low, but I can hear you really good. So I'm wondering what we need to do.
I'll holler. I'll yell. I'm from Memphis. I know how to do that well.
You need to be doing some hooting and hollering.
Some hooting and hollering.
So I have had people. What do you say for people who feel like the first think piece I got is because y'all know I refer to people as babies and child.
Oh God.
So I'll say that child is doing this, so that child didn't smile, or that child didn't this. So I've got a think piece about me saying child in reference to Alicia, or babies as if these aren't criminals. That was the first think piece I got. The other think piece I got was you live by the sword, you die by the sword. There are a lot of people out here that feel like Julio Fulio is not a victim. And my only answer to that, and you know, I if y'all are sending me these think pieces, please keep sending them. Because what I do is let y'all keep sending them on TikTok, and then when you get to the third one, it don't let you send no more. So, as long as I can keep it, it'd be okay. So I don't respond. But my only thing to that is the DA doesn't get to pick their victims.
They don't.
I get the people who are saying First Amendment, you can say what you want to say. I get the people that say there's consequences to what you want to say and what you want to say. Mm-hmm. But we think that somebody gets like, I am of the mind that I am a person who has lost close loved ones to gun violence. Mm-hmm. I would be especially perturbed. I'll say that. I'll try to be very nice and not go into what I would like to say. Had I saw someone making mention of my loved one, making fun of my loved one, making fun in the manner in which they passed, or making fun of anything regarding it, I don't think I would have the wherewithal to even check to see if that was actually my loved one's grave, if they were on a grave and said my loved one's name. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't even think to check. I would just flip. You see what I'm saying? But that was happening on all sides.
All sides.
Everybody's doing it. Everybody's saying it, and there's no shortage in clicks, likes, and engagement. And we know that clicks, likes, engagement turn into dollars.
That boy got $64 million on the Who I Smoke. I mean, 64 million views on the Who I Smoke video. I pulled up when they.
So when is he gonna stop?
When they kept saying he has millions of followers, I was like, I've seen them, but not like that. Let me go check. Million on Instagram. I looked at his YouTube account and I looked up that song because I hadn't heard of it. I saw a clip, but I hadn't heard it. 64 million views on it. I was like, oh, this boy really did have something going on.
As long as they're getting attention, as long as they're getting views, as long as they're getting paid, why would they stop? Why would they stop? But does that mean you take them out?
My thing with this, I'm a civilian, okay?
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
I'm not affiliated defense attorney. Oh wow. I am not, Heather, that is sad. I am not affiliated with gangs. I don't know about that life. But what I can say is that every time I hear these cases, what I always wonder, first of all, y'all arguing over neighborhoods and y'all don't own shit. Half of y'all don't own the homes you don't own the homes in the neighborhoods. So I just don't understand that why you are willing to kill another person over neighborhoods none of y'all own shit in. Like, and if you do, it's your mama. It's not even the kids that's owning it. I just wish this block shit would go away because we losing kids. A kid that can manage to muster $64 million, you
You
could
can't
have
tell me you can't do nothing else.
you could have been doing something else with your life and we would not be here. I
You
wish they
can't tell me you
that
can't do nothing
understand
else.
it's more to life. It is
It's
more.
not just more to life. I think at this point, if we glorified certain things, people would do it. And that's just my personal opinion. If people are in an arena where they're getting the applause for things that they normally do, and it's not made to be different or weird or what have you, then they continue to do it and then they inspire other folks to do it. I don't like I literally had I literally just had this conversation with one of my nephews. For those that know, by the time we were doing the Karen Read and stuff like that, I had my 18-year-old nephew who was actually shot. And when he was shot, we right before he was shot, we had a conversation about him being he said, when I asked him what he wanted to do after high school, because he's a senior in high school, and I asked him what he wanted to do, and he said, listen, I want a tattoo or I want a barber. And I said, why? Tattoo or he wanted to be a barber.
Okay.
And I said, okay, cool. You know, you want to go into business for yourself, but are you aware that we're going to need about 83,000 electricians within the next 3 years? Are you aware that these houses, like, let's look into plumbing. I don't care if it's a shack on the side of the road or if it's a corporate building or the biggest mansion. That toilet got to flush. There's got to be a plumber. And see, he's the oldest of 5. So I'm like, he has one sister underneath him, and then he has 4 brothers who have different challenges. And I'm like, you're in a situation where you can become the example for your brothers, especially the ones that are struggling. So if you become a plumber and you get under somebody and you handle your business or HVAC or what have you, you handle your business, you become someone that can then train and mold your brothers. So even if you don't want to be the one to go out, and I said there's nothing wrong with being a barber, there's nothing wrong with being a tattoo artist, but your mom, if things weren't going well, she'd skip your haircut. How often did you not get your haircut? They can't skip their toilet flushing, but they can skip a haircut for the toilet.
Right.
Let's talk about this. Let's think about this. So when he started thinking about it, he started talking to people. I started putting him in touch with people that I know personally, somebody I graduated with, who never applied for a college, never was a part of his repertoire. He never acted like he was going to apply for a college because his father was already in HVAC. He left high school, went straight into HVAC, and he's employing people at this moment. You feel what I'm saying? So he has a level of freedom that, and no student loans, that some of us didn't get to do because he already had somebody, his father, in his mind, in his, like, that he saw every day, that was already doing this. So I think that when you see people that applaud something different, that applaud this, but right now people are applauding rappers. People are applauding influencers. So it's really hard for me to talk to my nephew because y'all remember that I told this is the same nephew. I told y'all my nephew told me to follow him on TikTok. And he said, listen, my nephew called me Nunu. He said, listen, Nunu, before you go over there, I'm swaggy. I'm something like a celebrity. So when you get over there, like, get somewhere and sit down. Don't be over there messing up my emotions.
On his damn page?
Honey, about 500 people. I said, okay, I'm gonna go follow you. He said, no. Back then I had about 60,000. He said, you got 60,000. I said, okay, baby, I'm gonna get over here and be quiet. Be quiet on your little page.
You just have to be humble because somebody told me that. Somebody had said, oh, I told somebody to come on your page to help turn you up. I told my sister it took everything in me not to send my 6 million views in 3 days because turn me up. I'm doing just fine.
But I'm just saying, like, some of them are only banking on
they
social media. They're only banking on doing this. They don't understand that we work. They don't understand that we have, you know what I mean? So it's like, I think that when he got around people that applauded, he get around somebody like Big Unc, and Big Unc like, my tools ain't for show. They for show. I fix it over here. You ain't no man if your house can't run. Blah, blah. And somebody saying that to him, he say, okay, I need to know how to change my brakes. I need to know how to check the oil. I need to make sure my mom's okay. I need to check my mom's car. You know, things of that nature is because he wouldn't know otherwise. But nobody else on the other side of his circle is saying those things are okay to do.
Yeah.
And so if you got somebody, like, what can you really tell? Like, it's going to take a special breed of men and a special breed of this generation to be able to speak to them. Because if this man is getting 64 million views and the check that comes behind it, I don't mean nothing by it, but he's not going to listen to the bank manager. He's not. You have to take somebody that's been where he's been, that knows what he knows, that's been through what he's been through, and can show him a different way. Because if they don't see the revenue in it, because that's all they think they want is clicks, likes, views, and money, they're not thinking about making it to 30.
They just not, you know, I had this in my criminal justice class, and you're making me think about it. I feel this very strongly, that if we had more programs in our elementary schools, in our middle schools, I think we would see different results as well. Because because I just feel like it starts when they're young. I was talking to someone, and yes, I ask deep questions all the time from people. And I asked this person, I said, why did you join a gang? Like, you had so many people around you, you had love. This person said, well, I think now that I look back, I think I was looking for a father figure. I had women in my life, but I didn't have a father figure. And, you know, this person had this going on, and it made me kind of want it. So I always go back to, you know, there should be programs. We should have programs in schools that can help our children, because our boys, with this case, it's too many
It's
young,
scary.
it's so
It's
many young people involved.
it's
I mean,
they're young. The
we
thing
don't
is,
have to
but
tell
we
them
look
their
at their
birth,
age today. Their age today is young.
still
Their
young.
age today is young, and I just I think that's why for whoever got mad about it, I think that's why I say these babies, because I do see them as babies. I
You
just feel
have
like
a
sometimes
son.
these babies are making these decisions. Like, I I will be the first to say that I probably had the first camera phone. Okay, I'll be the first to say that I had that my senior year. Okay, that's how old I am. I had the first camera phone. But there was a time in my life where everybody didn't have a camera phone. If you didn't have that camera phone, you couldn't send pictures. So therefore, all my dumb decisions are not on social media.
Down their camera phone.
They ain't even on there good, because there was only one other person that actually had that phone
Oh,
senior year. So that's the only person I can send messages to. Okay, but I'm just saying, like, my goofball decisions, the goofball mess that I did, are not being posted to social media. So I
yeah.
was able to make a decision, make a mistake, recover from it. But now these babies make a mistake and it goes viral. They get chastised
Well,
by their parents, it gets posted and it goes viral. They think they're going to get into these babies won't even get into a fist fight with each other because they don't want to get beat up and go
so I'm gonna just
viral.
go get a gun. I'm just
So
gonna go
I'm
get
gonna
a gun.
end all of this. So we got this thing going right now where it's just like, I think there are strong family unit and strong adults that need to be able to encourage and affirm these babies. Because
Yeah.
when I look at Alicia, I look at every day and I look at the stature of Alicia. That don't mean she couldn't be
Baby,
crazy or
she
nothing like
looks
that. She
so
is so
she
little.
looks so
She's
little,
just so little. And when I
so
see her,
young. She
I
look
don't know what
look
that
what I
baby
said
did.
today, T. She looks, I don't even
Yeah.
know if she's following what they're saying in court all the time. All she do is this in court and pull her sleeves up all day.
Baby, let me
That's
tell you
all
something.
day. And she just looked down. I don't even know. I wonder if she understands the magnitude. I think that's another thing that we've seen with this generation. They do not value life.
Well, this is the
They
thing.
don't value life. It doesn't
I
mean
won't say that
anything.
she doesn't, but let me tell you something. What's the alternative? Inside of a courtroom in front of a jury. What's the alternative? Because let me tell you something, baby. If I go from having a man
Yes, Kathy.
to being in trouble, to be in, let me tell y'all something. Y'all know me. I got pregnant late in life. I was 32. I still didn't know what to do with myself. I still called my mama. I didn't know what to do. I can't imagine being locked up and
Can't
pregnant.
see
I'm
your
not
back.
saying that she didn't do anything. I'm not taking away to the
Mm-hmm.
fact that there was a reason to arrest her or suspicion to arrest her. What I'm saying is I know what I personally went through, absolutely free, married, and getting and having a baby.
Yep.
I still had moments where I
Can't
didn't
see
know
her
what I was
baby.
doing,
Can't feed her
if and I was
baby.
doing it right. I had my husband next to me. I woke up and didn't see my baby in panic. And my husband, like, you just go to sleep. When he wake me, I'll wake you. I just want you to get some sleep. I still would wake up. Where's my mom? Where's my baby? What did I do? Did I do this? Did I not do this? Am I doing it right? Am I doing it okay? You still have this, and then you have a baby that young,
Mm.
where you're facing life without parole, and he's facing a dirt nap.
Yep.
This baby will never have parents, potentially.
And
That's a
she a baby.
possibility for this baby. She's a baby. If listen, dear God, if anybody talked about the crap I did at 20 and 20 years old,
I'm not out there for the risk anymore.
it's,
And I know
they
she
don't
was
know.
I know she was young. It's just with Alicia, and I wrote this down, and I have to make sure I talk about this because I don't want people to think I'm beating up on Alicia or anything like that.
Mhm.
I am upset about her
It is
decisions.
what
They're her decisions,
it is.
but
What it is. Yeah.
had been accepted to college. She was smart
Bethune
enough to
Cookman.
get into Bethune Cookman. Like
I'm
she was
sitting
smart.
up here with a pirate costume because I think I still want to be a marauder from Central State. Okay. I just
She was smart enough to go to college, and listening to and it wasn't like this was a one-off, because remember she was dating the guy named Therese, who was cool with Julio at the time. He was in the same kind of life. So I can't buy the fact that she heard rumors that the boy was in the game, because the friend
that's
said
why I
Therese
said
was
you can't.
it was his
If
girl.
you want me to believe that you really had this disdain for this drill rap to grave kind of pipeline, as I keep calling it, that she kind of outlined with her friend and how they felt about it, then I'm trying to believe you while you're dating a rapper.
Yeah.
That just doesn't jive for me. So it
No,
doesn't make sense
any
when we
rapper,
make goofy decisions.
a rapper.
We make goofy decisions. Now I have one for you since we brought it up.
Okay.
Yeah, well, before we get off here a little bit, because I know you still got to go stream. Do you think? What do you think about Alicia's look? Now, I was
Her
kind of
clothes.
believing, not just her clothes, because you can tell she's really small, but I'm kind of starting to think once is an anomaly, twice is a trend, and now we're on day 3. Do you think they're purposely styling her to an extent to mimic her attorneys?
Did
Did you
you
see that on day
I
1?
don't even mean to be funny, but do you think she's being styled? I
See, you
mean,
gonna do this.
no shade. I thought she had on Arian's jacket on the day one. That jacket was swallowing her whole. The sweater today, huge. I think it almost feels like she's getting what she can get. And I'm not being funny when I say it. I don't think there's I don't think she's being styled at all. Ooh, Jay,
I'm not saying
it was very
style. Maybe that was a bad word. By styled, I mean, is
oh,
she
okay.
twinning with her attorneys? Do you see? I'm starting to think that's a strategy, and I'm starting to see the strategy in it.
Do
Jay
she
said, "Thank you for the
think it's
super chat."
called?
Jay said, "Do you think Alicia knows how much trouble she's in?" I don't.
I
I
don't.
don't. I think that
I don't
truly
think he understands the
Alicia is in the
magnitude
same
of
mindset as a lot of the chat, where, oh my God, you talking about guns? I didn't shoot nobody. I know I didn't shoot nobody. I didn't touch nobody. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. I wasn't there. I didn't do, so I do think that there's a part of her, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. What I'm saying is, as a human, sometimes we go into kind of like a protection mode of our own selves and our own feelings and our own sanity. And if Alicia was to sit there and realize that I may never come home, my child may never have a mother, my child's father may just be taken out of here, I've created this situation. I've dated this person. I don't have my kids. My parents are going through this. I'm looking at that. Like if I was Alicia and they said closing arguments Thursday, I probably would have passed the hell out because my life is going to change on Thursday. Even if I was able to come to court every single day and go through the motions, those closing arguments would have took me out. Verdict watch fit me for a jacket. I don't know that she's able to, but the other thing is a lot of old people tell you you got to laugh to keep from crying. I do think she has an exceptional rapport with her attorneys. I do think so. That's another one because you didn't mess me up, Mel. I thought first because I did well, I wasn't saying styled, but I'm saying when I look over at Alicia on day one and she has
She
the
looked like
same
that
middle
girl.
part, the same, she looks like she's sitting next to her big sister or her favorite
Period.
auntie or like her mom's little
Period.
sister, and she looks like her. When I looked at her at that table on day one, I saw her sharing a laptop with somebody that looks like her twinsy, like her big sister. And for that made her look more like co-counsel than an assistant killer.
Mm.
Now I've noticed since that lady has not been there for day 2 or 3, she's been wearing her hair like Aryans.
Well, I think. Well, here's the thing with the hair tea. First of all, we learned through YSL that these attorneys are online. We are who gives them a feel as to what the jury might be thinking.
Okay.
That lawyer, that prosecutor was sure to point out that Alicia had that boy's name tattooed on her neck and her chest. I think she came. How was her hair today? How was her hair today? And then this will confirm it. Was her hair down again today?
Her hair was down again today.
Her hair is not down because of Arians. Her hair is down to hide the tattoo.
But she had the shirt up.
She had her hair. No, you could see that tattoo. Somebody they put several pictures on my TikTok. You
You
could
can see the
see that
tattoo.
her hair is down because here's the thing. I am trying to disassociate her from this man. How does that happen when the prosecutor, first of all, done put on blast? Because he has pointed out that she said in an interview, why are you calling him Gutter? Why are you saying
Well, they said that's not his gang name, that's his
it?
rapper name.
It doesn't matter. You acting
That
like you
name. Well, they
know
didn't show the whole
associated
tattoo.
with him. So and I said this on my live. I said, y'all, I don't know if this is strategy or if the lady, if she just wants her hair down. I said, if she comes to court tomorrow, which is today, with
Mhm.
her hair down again, we know that her hair is down to hide the
Now
tattoo.
it was down again today, but the other thing was for me that I was looking at, and maybe we'll change. We'll see what happens on Monday. The original attorney that she sat next to that she kind of favored was not there yesterday or today. So I'm like, so are they having her okay? Wear your hair down like Arian, so you look more like one of the attorneys than you do. Because I'm not gonna lie, she came in there with that fire engine red hair and all them tattoos and that little crop top. She looked like she might be a little crazy. But when I looked at that picture of her, it was hard for me to associate that picture of her to
When
what
he
I
was
was
sitting
seeing in the
there,
courtroom because of
that's
who was sitting there. I
that's why
couldn't
I
do
thought he put it up there until he brought up the tattoos. And I forgot about this. She has a tattoo on her neck over here too. That jacket was doing an okay job of hiding it, but with
yeah.
her hair down, she's hiding both
So it
tattoos.
could be the tattoo, could be the hair, could be could be the. I thought they were trying to make her look because I was having a hard time seeing baby with the red hair, and I was trying to explain to Big Unc, and I was like, it looked like somebody I called my daughter, and her hair was just red like that for her birthday, and I was like, it looked like her. That's who I saw, a little tiny, skinny, petite, ain't nothing in the stomach, like little tiny thing out here with the smallest crop top on. I was thinking that's what it possibly could be, but I'm like, is it strategy to make her, when you look over there, you see her more as co-counsel, or she looks more like an attorney over there immediately than she does an assistant to what has happened?
Outside of her being light skinned and they having similar hair type, and they do look alike. I don't see her looking like her attorneys outside of
Well,
that.
I was looking at the
You know,
outfit. It looked like the same color palette, the same look, the same
now
type
I
of.
have to go back because, like I said yesterday, when and again when you said style, I was like, I don't know, because yesterday I think she had on a white tee and a cardigan. And I'm not saying this to be funny,
Well, I'm
but
not.
the white tee and cardigan and then the big jacket almost made me wonder if her attorneys are having to supply her with clothes because maybe her family isn't. Maybe her family is not in the place to. And I'm not saying somebody has to come to court shitty sharp. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is
Yeah,
that
you can't be talking
kind of
about people's court attire.
I I'm gonna get off because you're messy. I'm getting off. I'm getting off the live. I'm getting off the live because why you always bringing up old shit?
You said it first. Oh, you be touching nerves when you start talking about courtroom attire. Just you. Everybody else talk about it. There's no problem. But when you talk about it, people seem to get up in arms. I guess the same thing when I say babies and children and child and stuff like that about people that they feel are criminals. Remember, they got on me too. They said I support criminals because I wouldn't call them mean names.
She said, like, yeah, you're a little messy. I wouldn't know, but it's not to talk about her clothes. But what I am saying is the first thing that I thought with her, she looked so young up there. I was like,
She does.
is her family? You know, maybe her family's not really supporting her, or I don't know. Because
They did, but I
I
seen them
definitely
at
thought
the
that was one of the lawyers' suit jacket.
that could be too. Now they were very present at the bond hearing, but I think they were on like Zoom. But they are definitely supporting her.
Okay. Well,
You see,
somebody has to have her baby, right?
oh Lord. See, it ain't me. It ain't me. It ain't me. It's not me.
Bro.
He does look like a child, and I think we have 12 humans that will go back and deliberate this after hearing all the evidence. So I think they will have a tussle with the definition of principle. They may have a tussle with certain things if the state definitely has to prove all those things they said they were going to prove. They absolutely have to so that we can understand, because I don't believe they did not offer her a plea. They did not. You're muted.
Thank you. When they said she looked like a child, um, I think that's why the prosecutor chose that picture. He wanted to show you those tattoos. They wanted to bring those text messages in because I do think they want to say, don't be fooled by this small pretty girl that you see here. Don't be fooled by this because this is who this girl is. Like, well, not who she is, but don't be fooled.
They didn't offer her one, Shay.
She's not the innocent girl that you all are thinking. They didn't offer her a plea. She has to be offered a plea. She can't just say, "Give me a plea." She has to be offered a plea.
Yeah, they didn't
And I
offer her
do think
one.
it's
I know
a
there was.
her
Yeah, there
mom is.
was misinformation out there that she was offered 18 years, but her attorneys have confirmed that that's not the same. Real quick before we go, how do you feel about the gag order?
I got to see the interview. I want to watch it. Actually, have you seen it?
I've seen pieces and parts of the interview, but I think Fox
Which
13
one of them did it? Which one of them did it?
it was that young one, I think.
Pissed me off
It's
already.
so it's both of them, but the thing is, I'll say this because they didn't only mention Fox 13, they also mentioned podcasts. So shout out my girl, the other male. I'm not a lawyer, but because that was definitely her podcast that they were
She
on.
plugged it. She shared. The reason I knew he did that is because Kathy mentioned something and Mel had shared it. I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to watch it, but I don't know
Yeah,
if I want
she did. That's where I found out that there was never a plea deal like we thought or had previously mentioned and stuff like that. So it was very informative, but Fox is going Fox. So
I'm
what Fox did when they actually when the jury was seated on Tuesday afternoon and everybody started getting the press releases and everybody's dropping, hey, court, this case is starting in the morning for Wednesday, Fox 13 said, hey, opening statements are going to start in this particular trial, blah, 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 blah. And then they cut to a piece of an interview that they had did with the defense. And it's the part of the interview where the defense is saying everything that the state doesn't have.
Everything the state doesn't have.
Yeah, like all the evidence they're missing, like what they don't have against Alicia, like why this is a joke type thing. And then they cut back. So it's definitely just a clip or an excerpt of probably the full interview that they did. But Fox is Fox. Fox is going Fox, okay? And Fox did what Fox did. And Fox also dropped a tidbit that, oh, we still got more interview and we got another interview. So it seems like what Fox is doing for clicks, likes, and engagement. So it ain't just Julio Fulio, okay?
Julio.
That they've been teasing more of an interview. So the judge said, hey, did y'all do another interview? Y'all got anything else scheduled? Because Fox 13 seems to be dropping another interview. And they were mostly worried about it because it was within once the jury was seated. So it's like, oh shit, did the jury see anything like this watching the news ahead of the trial?
The biggest issue is them not wanting the jury to see this.
Not wanting the jury. The judge said in her 23 years of doing this, she has never seen people do interviews so close to seating a jury in the trial. Okay. And so she was like, basically on the flip side, you wouldn't want them getting on camera and saying that Alicia was a horrible person and she did all these nasty things and blah, 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 blah. Hello. Thank you to Miss Tiffany. So
okay, Tally, they told us. And it was so funny because Kate Tally was saying that the baby was his grandmother, but people were online. I think it worked. People were online like, oh, look at these social media lawyers. They just want to get online. I was like,
not somebody who passed the bar.
I do feel like with the attorneys, I just feel like even if the jury has been said, they're not supposed to be watching anything anyway. But I think the jury, those lawyers are trying to advocate for their client through media. And I'm sorry, but Alicia's attorneys need to go on the press too. I feel bad for them because I don't really see a lot. I don't know how they thought this was going to go, but this is just me, Melanie speaking for Melanie. They need to go on the press too because tell me what I'm missing. Tell me what what I'm not seeing.
Fran, I'm telling you, I'm nervous.
I do say this for people.
I'm nervous.
I'm not an attorney. There was one case this year that I really had to sit with. Two cases I really had to sit with the fact that
we ain't gonna talk about it because if you talking about that Dolph case, that took me through.
We know this is why we have juries, and we have to respect the jury.
We have to respect the jury.
That's what it is. So, and I'm not on a jury. I can say all day, it don't look good for me. But there could be jurors on there like.
It can be jurors on there like I don't see it, and it can be a juror. Well, the other thing is I always like to try to remember that jurors are humans.
Yep.
They're regular people.
Yep.
And it's 12 of them. So while one juror may see a baby, the other juror may see that pic with the tattoos and the red hair. While one juror may see that, hey, that boy did that. Those shooters did that. There was no way she was going to stop them. There may be somebody that actually feels that Julio's not a victim.
Yeah.
I really feel like that. I'm kind of torn at them possibly playing these songs.
I think they're going to play them. I'm
torn about that because I think they're actually going to make people lose compassion for the person who's deceased.
I haven't. I mean, I'm not the jurors, but do I think that shit was disrespectful? Hell yes. But all I keep seeing is that boy was trying to get across this seat and die right in between the driver and the passenger seat.
Y'all talking about that?
I can't get that out of my head. I can't get
that. You said, wait a minute, hold on. That he tried to get out that passenger seat?
I said I can't. I could hear that song all day. But I'm immediately going to go to the fact that boy was trying to get from that passenger seat to the back seat and got stuck right there.
The boys with Mama. Oh, I drink to that. There's a big up, y'all.
Take it.
I'll drink to that. No,
I
Q
saw
took
the
the boy.
boys with Mama, and it did not click that it's your boys. I was trying to figure
Cheers. No,
who
well,
was
because I told Big Unc, y'all, shout out to Big Unc. I told Big Unc, like, hey, can you keep him with you on the bus today? Because mail is available to go.
Thank you, Q.
And he said, I got him. So he took care of everything. But I guess they probably saw their mama at work with dad, and they probably refused to come home.
I know
They'll
that's
be cold.
I know that's right. She said, "Well, they got Donna."
He said, well, they got Donna. I'm waiting on Wendy. Wendy got the, and now Harvey can go too.
See,
Harvey
I'm
acting a
looking.
fool out there.
Y'all know
Harvey didn't act a
like
fool out there.
I said I probably missed something. Who boys with Mama? I'm thinking we
My
talking about the trial. I
my
missed it.
old ass got a break.
I
Now
love.
listen, okay, so we had that. I think that was it. I was gonna round it out at 2, but I'm trying to think.
What
Did
did you
y'all
think
have
of today?
anything?
You know,
I
I didn't
think
watch all of today. What happened today that might make me go? Oh, I finally saw your part today about how they talked about Zay. Somebody said, "Oh, Zay really was wrong." I said, "Baby, Zay was trying to get the hell out of there." What do you
let me tell
mean?
you something. Zay was a Formula One driver with the mind of the top level of
Zay
Tetris.
was trying to get gone.
It did, Summer Monroe. It did. Oh, I got excited. It came. It came.
Wait a minute, what came? Oh, is that what you showed me
The
yesterday?
the dress for the fairy. It came
Oh,
today.
your fairy dress. Okay, yeah, I saw that one.
She was a fairy. They want me to be the fairy. So fairy or pirate, one of them. But yes, it came today. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's gonna take you out.
So we were all talking about
Detective. We're gonna.
you know.
Lord bless it. Okay, Detective Angela Carter. Detective Angela Carter. You have not gotten her yet because you
No,
have not lost it. And I was trying to not because then I end up bringing up folks that I know probably hate us. But she was the she's the detective from the homicide unit in Gwinnett
I
County.
heard her. Oh, in Gwinnett. Okay.
She okay, so apparently there was a phone on Rashad and his girlfriend Charmaine. They took the phone, tried to apparently okay, so they said Charmaine took the phone. After they got Rashad, they got Charmaine. She pulled up, she was on her way to work. They tell her, don't go to work, come to the Baymont Hotel and pick up this other woman. She goes to the car that Charmaine is in, tells Charmaine, hey, what's up? You want to come talk to me? Charmaine said, okay, cool, I'll do that. They go down to the particular precinct or whatever. She gets a call that there's a phone in play. When she gets the call that there's a phone in play, she gets permission from Charmaine to be able to go get that phone. When she gets the phone, the phone is open and running with the Maps app going.
A who
Char-
app?
Map, like Google Maps or something.
Oh, okay, okay.
So she said Charmaine asked to look at her phone. She said she was being nosy looking at her while Charmaine was looking at the phone, and Charmaine saw a message come up that referenced Julio Fulio. She said when that popped up while Charmaine is sitting there and they just picked up Rashad, Charmaine no longer wanted to look at the phone, but then she starts to put her wheels to work and put things in motion because she like, okay, there's some evidence on this phone. So she gets the warrants, the permissions or whatever to be able to dump this phone. Now, goofball McGoofy, they try to dump the phone twice and it don't work. They decide they're going to keep the phone, put it on the wireless charger and check again in the morning. They do so. They come back in the morning and they still only got a partial dump and the phone then died. I guess they put it on a wireless charger, but they never took the case off. So when they took the case off the next morning, when it didn't work, the back of the phone is messed up. The phone does not work on a wireless charger and it's died during the dump. So they only got partial information. And then she picked up out of that partial information what she wanted to give. That partial information that she gave, what all was it, y'all? It was she had a screenshot of Davion Murphy's license. There was a screenshot of seemingly a crime scene with two cops on it with Young and Ace across it. So I had to
What?
go back and re-listen to that, and it's actually a screenshot of an Instagram story with Young and Ace's song attached to the story.
Oh,
She had a screenshot of the Airbnb host conversing with Rashad. Hey, you're confirmed. These are the rules. You'll
so
get
we
your
saw that
way
in
to
the
get in.
opening. We saw that in the opening. Then.
Yeah, so she had that. That was from her. There was also what else am I missing, y'all? Um, there was a picture like from the knee down of like somebody with a bag that had a straight talk box in it, a charger, and a carton of 305 cigarettes.
I'm
From the
confused
knee
about
down,
it.
you just saw a black boot. It was just all black, black pant, black boot.
Maybe it was did a toddler have the phone?
It was like they was taking a picture like in a car, like at the bag between their feet. It was weird. Um, and then there's something else I'm missing. The phone in the bag, screenshot of the song, pics of the rifles. Okay, so it was pics of the long guns.
Wait a minute. I need to clarify something.
Okay, because I think I'm about to do it on cross, but go ahead.
I need to just clarify. Is this the young man who got caught in Gwinnett County months after it
Yes,
took?
this was from his phone or from his girlfriend's phone, one of the phones.
You're telling me months later.
Hold on. Hold on. Let me do this one for you, and then let me see what questions you have. So when they asked her, so we pretty much gauged that they kind of read out the Airbnb agreement that, hey, this is we'll give you check-in information 2 hours before, confirms it's from 622 to 624, that HOA rules is that we must have a picture of everybody's license. So that right there kind of clicked for me that, hey, that's probably why he had his
Why they
cousin's
went to the bank?
license, why they
Oh,
had the cousin's picture of the cousin's license in his phone, because they needed to prove which was more of a, they booked this Airbnb and gave both of their licenses. So who cares if Alicia's the only one on camera? Because then people was the only one supposed to be entering anyway. Because truthfully, Airbnbs look through those cameras to see if the person I see on there walking in is the person who rented this from me that matched the ID. Leave that there. Then the crime scene seemingly with Young and Ace across it. She said, "Oh, well, they were telling me about this beef that was going on that had to do with the rapper that was deceased, and this rapper right here. So because I saw his name, I put that one in there." So then, so
I just
so
maybe
then,
I just think I'm missing some parts.
so then the defense attorney says, "Well, whose foot is that?" I don't know. But since the dress code, from what I heard about the beef and what I heard is on the surveillance, was all black, that's all black on that leg and that
So
boot.
what day was it? I'm
Huh?
sorry.
So
I'm
then
sorry.
he said, "Well, you got a picture of the bag with the charger." And she said, one of those phones that you don't want to be detected, like untraceable. Like I heard some jail calls later about a untraceable, like undetectable. He's like a trap phone, a burner phone. Yes, burner phone. I heard that on the jail phone, and they didn't say straight talk, but the straight talk was there in the bag.
Somebody said Viverito Jr.
There
That's
you
what
go. That's
we're
exactly
talking
what
about.
it was given. That's exactly what it was
He
given.
putting two
That's
and two
exactly
together,
what it
getting
was given.
five.
Ma'am, somebody's out here downloading you with the T and telling you a good story about these two people, about this man that's deceased and this other person. So you say, "Oh, I heard that name in that story. Let me get that screenshot.
The
Let me
screen
take that one."
crazy to
Why
me.
does it matter? Because anybody can put anything behind their story on Instagram.
Anybody, Lord Jesus, don't get me because y'all know I'm on US what is Thugs album, the Supernova edition. Hell, I put all type of shit on my story.
I said,
What?
and then they said, "Well, you got some pictures of those
See, I'm
guns,
thinking
those
you trying to
rifles."
confuse me. I'm thinking you trying to confuse me.
So
Hold
then
on,
they
let me
asked
confuse
her, because we had to wait for the defense to ask the questions that we was all thinking, because we like, well, what does that have to do with anything? So he asked her, "Are those the guns that were seized?" I don't know. Were those the guns used in the murder? I don't know.
So why was she up there?
So do they have the what do these guns have to do with Alicia? I don't know. Oh, that's what it was. It was a screenshot of a contact in the phone that said Gutter Man. And as they asked her, well, why that? Well, I heard somebody's name was Gutter. Okay. Was that his phone number? I don't know. Was that Alicia Andrews' phone number? I don't know.
So
Well, is that
she wasted everybody's time.
baby, you up here got these people. Listen, let me tell you something. If I didn't heard the name Young and Ace be screamed more than I heard Alicia's name this whole time, and then y'all tell her, I usually don't have to rewind. I usually don't rewind and go back. I'll just go straight through him or through, and I'll go figure it out later on my own. I had to stop and go back and figure out why the heck she was saying Young and Ace's name, because why do I see a crime scene with his name across it? What is going on? Why do I see this? And then go back and just to find out, like, well, why? What? Wait, that's an Instagram story. Like, I can put anything right there. They didn't yell that boy's name 162 times more than that girl's name, and you gonna just throw his name in there because somebody told you a story, baby.
Somebody said that Rico might be coming for Young and Ace and his crew. And what I will say is I've seen people on my comments say that, oh, it was a hit. They did this for Young and Ace. This is what my comments have been saying. And my thing is this: if they did do it, at this point, no one has said anything because they all going to trial. Alicia's sitting right there. She is the one I think could get the immunity and get on up out of there. She has not said a thing. I said, if anyone could walk right now, it would be Alicia. Alicia hasn't said a word. So if I just can't, I don't know. I don't know. I can't wait to their trials so that we could see, why would y'all do this?
And right now, I think that a lot of people are going to look at.
Me too, King. Me too. I feel like they.
I think a lot of people are going to. Me personally, I'll look at the lengths that they took, the straight disregard for human life. All those people in those hotels. It could have been somebody in a car grabbing something out. It could have been a kid in one of those rooms. All those people there to drop off their kids at college, like. It was such just a wanton disregard for human existence, period. And I was just like, how mad do you have to be
to drive
to be in uncharted territory? Because my thing is, if you're going to do something like that and plan it out, you got to know how you're going to get away. Y'all didn't even know how y'all was going to get away. Y'all didn't know that area. Y'all didn't know that place. Y'all didn't know that he could dip through them houses like that. Like, what if he would have got away? That Impala would have been seen. Like, what was this? This was absolutely designed. Modifications to your pum-pums for this man to never walk away from this. Y'all were so hell-bent. Y'all followed and followed. He was going to go for that hours. Night. Why? But is it for your brother? Was it for your brother? Was it just because it couldn't have been? No, he get on my nerves. I can't stand him. He's causing all this ruckus. Because there's 1,000 people in this world that any of us can look at and say, I don't like what they represent. I don't like what they say. I don't like what they perpetuate. But we're not going to go out here and go to that extent. Like, y'all went out here.
He lived in Jacksonville with them. They traveled hours. They spent money on an Airbnb.
And that was my thing. It was like, y'all could have used if the Chevy Cruze was undetectable, y'all could have used the Chevy Cruze in Jacksonville. Like, it was not. There is a part of me that wonders, what was it? I always get into some of these trials and I feel like if there's a piece missing, and if you would just tell me, it would all make sense.
Yeah.
I don't think they have that piece. And I think that piece is locked in one of the Murphys. If not both. I think only the Murphys will understand. Only the Murphys got this answer.
First of all,
there's no way at 30 years old. First of all, let me tell you something. There's no way at 30 years old and right now at 40 years old that I'm taking off running without a dog behind me. It's got to be an imminent threat. I'm not volunteering to do no heavy lifting, no heavy artillery, and then taking off running. I don't know where I'm going to be able to go sit down and get my breath. I'm not doing it. I'm not running up a set of stairs for no reason. Do you hear me? I don't, because so it's got to be something so deep seated in somebody, and I just don't feel like Gathright had it. But you know what they say when you young and dumb. I don't feel
You
like
just going
Gaslight
for the
had it. I
cause.
don't feel like Alicia understood it. And I don't think like I just think Gutter wanted to be one too. Like I just don't think those young ones understood. But I think that 30-year-old and damn near 30-year-old definitely made a conscious
They
decision
are
and they needed somebody to
probably
go with it.
the root to it. You know, they are
Their
probably
root. It could be
the
their brother. It could be their brother and little cousin. It
it so
could be.
could be that. To me, they have their motive is the strongest. Like they really had a reason to want this boy out of here. But then I go back to his mom, and this is what I also didn't understand. His mom on the video I saw, she said her son had never been a person of interest, and he never been arrested for unaliving anyone. So my thing is, at this point, these just rumors. Y'all ain't seen the man do it, because you don't think if the police really had evidence or at least wants to come talk to him, they never came to talk to him about unaliving before. So I'm just like, well, then why do these people think he was doing all of this? Hey,
Hey,
K
K.
Smith,
Smith.
thank you. Like I wonder. James, I agree. It's all games to them. I do think
They
that
don't
there is a
understand.
complete disregard for life. I
They
don't think
think this is a game of
y'all
Call of
mad
Duty.
when these people are gone, they're gone. There's no coming back.
No
And I
coming
just
back.
don't think people really. I don't not people. These young guys, they're not thinking about that.
They don't
They're
think
not
about
thinking.
any of it. They don't think
No.
about any of it to the last minute. And then sometimes there's
Hey,
nothing you
Forrest.
can
I
say
don't
to
see
them.
you, but I see your name in here. Hey, Forrest.
Hey,
Yeah,
Forrest.
you
I
can.
think that some people sometimes they just don't think. And I think that until you deal with somebody who just does not think, you really don't understand what some of these people are dealing with. Because I've seen a lot of people say, well, why didn't their mom say this or why didn't the older
Yeah,
person
they
say that?
tried. They tried.
Listen, and I tell people all the time, y'all have heard the story of my inherited godson, big uncle's godson, and all the things we went through with him. And he's currently hoping to get out in 2026. But it's just like all the things that we did, all the things that we tried, all the things that we said, all the things that we warned him about. And it's just like I literally got to the point that there was nothing else I could scare him with. Like usually at my when I heard people talk to young people, I say, listen, you ain't nothing else for you but jail or hell. But at this point, he had been in jail and he had been shot up and died twice on the table. What are you not scared of nothing? Like what can I do? What can like there's nothing I can say, but it wasn't until this time where he wasn't able to get out and get some probation or where he can just go out here and it was a little lenient thing and he really had to sit his ass down for about three it's been almost 3 years now. This time a judge wasn't playing with him. And now I need to change. I just want to come home. Do you really or you just want out of there? It
Fulio. Oh, he
was
was Fulio's
Julio's
best
best
friend
friend.
in
Okay, I
college.
heard somebody say it was his brother. So maybe, and I see they use that interchangeably. They got a lot of brothers and
Brothers
play
and
cousins
cousins.
and Blake cousins, and it's really not. So thank you for confirming that because I realized Julio was absolutely hunted. He absolutely
He
was, and I'm
was.
just
I mean, I'm just like, boy, what were you doing for people to hate you this much? They travel. And here's the thing. First of all, that's why when you think about premeditation, right? People, they're the planning and the thought, right? This is what I'm gonna do. They traveled and did not, they had hours to change their minds. They could have changed their minds over a Big Mac. They had hours. They
you
didn't
know
change.
what the biggest thing to me is that part where they said because it's really because we've seen a lot of grown ass criminals get hit with phone records. And I have not seen any phone records for these people. The only thing they can say is that they probably had to leave whatever this app was that was completely undetectable
Yeah.
because Goofball wasn't answering the phone. And so they broke comms and called him. But they still can't say what app that was, and they still don't have
No.
her phone.
No, she got rid of
So
that phone. She got, and that's another thing to me. Not so bad because even if she didn't know this was going to happen, once it did happen, and I know you have been on my phone, I'm at least gonna get rid of the phone too. I'm not turning the phone in. I'm dumping the phone wherever they put that Glock. The phone be right. We will be right with it.
and that's the two things that's missing. So I'm
My
like,
phone be right. I'm not
how did
still
they
paying.
little asses come up with the app that the police can't track, but everybody else has got full on records? But that was
But here's
another
the
thing that
thing,
was like
T.
when he stopped answering the phone and he wasn't answering, that was definitely a cop out moment right there. Like, well, he ain't answering, so it is what it is. We're gonna go here or there.
Nope.
Never did. They
Now,
never stopped.
here's
And
the
even if
thing
you didn't
too.
understand it, that hotel video, you driving right past those three cars right before they start popping. You heard it. You heard the popping. You
I
heard the popping.
I said that when it comes to again, there were things that clearly they thought about. They thought about all of this, and someone said in my life to be caught on 50.
That's right. I'm sorry, friend. They said Gathright was a serial taker
Um,
outer. Said he had
oh,
many
I
of these.
got what she said now. Wow. I just, well, I don't have any. It's hard for me to feel sorry for them. It's hard for me because people have choices. You have decisions. What did this man do to you guys that was so bad that you did decide to ruin all of your lives? And you damn near 30. What? Why you didn't have nothing going on?
I'll just say if, and I, how can I say this without, I do not mean to sound insensitive, but if this sort of drill rap was your absolute source or resource, you just ended it.
It's over.
It's over. So
And
Young
it's
and
like,
Ace can't
is
go
it
after
worth
him
it?
anymore. It's over.
It's almost, it's just like, is this shit worth it? Like somebody put it in the group. Somebody put me in. I mean, put said in here.
Keisha, say it again 2 times. I ain't arguing with nobody with no gun.
Like
You got it, big homie.
we did. You do all of this, and then what? What? And then what? Because my nephew. I don't
I
know
think
what it's
that's
like.
coming up.
I don't know what
That's
it's
a good
like
one.
me to like lose a close friend. I don't know what that's like, especially to gun violence. I don't know what it's like. But my nephew, who was he was I don't they don't rap and diss people, but they were in the streets at one point, had lost 10 friends. He just turned 30 to gun violence.
Yeah.
We don't think about how these children are walking around trying to cope. His mom, I saw in the video, she said something like he was a perk king and all of this. And I'm like, he probably was doing it to cope.
To cope.
First of all, his life could not have been easy, always on alert. You all of these people trying to unalive you. You can't just walk and be peaceful. You can't walk in Kroger and be normal
Now
because
listen,
all of
I'm
these kids,
gonna
these
I'll
kids.
say this and I again, it's just I honestly have been honestly
Hey Pat,
intrigued by the whole entire thing, but and not intrigued in a good way. I honestly would like to understand in some to some extent what is happening or what's going on around them. So I have watched there is a Young and Ace interview, and again, I don't choose a side. I'm not picking a side. It
mm-hmm.
was literally for being informative, and it's him with is it Wallow and I can't think of the other guy's name.
Gilly.
Gilly.
That's probably a good one. They normally
That is an
have
amazing
pretty
interview
good
because it's
interviews in the
somebody that's not trying to get to the hood part. They're literally asking this man about this man. You feel what I'm saying? And they're asking about him, and you start to realize that he was like siblings in and out of foster care, lost 2 of his brothers,
every time.
literally over his mom. Like he'll tell you, his mom is like his child. Like you dealing with somebody that
Always
may
something.
be, and you never know what's going on. But it was like certain things that he said that hit me. That oh no, all my car. If my kids ride with me, I got to be in bulletproof glass only. And I'm just like, but what if they riding with your mama? Like what if they ride? Like sometimes it was like things that he was saying were well beyond his years. no doubt because of what he's been through, but there were absolutely in the same breath things that he was saying that was so showing me that his whole brain has not matured yet, because
No,
your kids could be with your mama. Like,
not
so when you
people
start
are
to hear
pissing
that, he was like, I know. And the crazy thing is, he actually had more of a fear of being unalived by the police in Jacksonville than anything else. That's what he fears in Jacksonville, is the police. He said, I feel like
It's
they'll
just
absolutely take me out.
it's so sad because these children are walking around. They don't have the emotional intelligence
They're
to
out here
own to
beating
own.
down the block.
They don't even have the emotional intelligence to own guns. Hell, they a lot of them suffering from PTSD. They suffer from depression, anxiety. Half of them be schizophrenic. Don't know they're schizophrenic.
Don't talk
Bipolar.
about
They
listen.
don't know. They don't know that they're bipolar. So all of these kids are going through in and out of foster care. They've been mentally, physically, sexually abused. They've been neglected. Parents don't give a damn about them. I am not saying I'm not
And
making
they're
an excuse,
making it up
but
as they go along.
what I am saying is that a lot of these children that we see that end up on these cases that we're watching, every last one of them have a story, and a lot of the
Have a
stories are
story
exactly the same. A lot of these stories are exactly the same. My daddy
exactly
was
the
in jail.
same.
I'm raised by my grandma. My grandma got me and my 6 siblings. She's barely making it. We're raised in poverty. There's nobody to come to parent teacher conferences. I used to want to play basketball. I could never do it because no one in my house gave a damn. Nobody told me they love me. Like it's just it's a cycle.
Yeah.
It's just oh my it's annoying. It's annoying because we when it just keeps happening. It keeps happening. You got young kids
It's just,
having kids.
I
It's
about to say, then they're raising an entire generation while they haven't healed themselves. And I was like, and I spoke on it because I'm in a unique situation, because most of the people that I grew up with, their kids is grown and going to college, while mine is in kindergarten and first grade. So I get to see all of their kids grow up and become young adults. And then I get to see that. And after I've seen that, get to raise mine. And it's a very unique situation because I see a situation of what it looks like when we give everything we never had, but we don't tell them the things that we wish we knew. So I see a entitled generation that don't think that they have to get their hands dirty. And that's not because it's anything wrong with it, but my nephew would have never thought to be a plumber or an electrician or a contractor or anything of that nature, because that's not what was glorified, and folks don't want to get their hands dirty. They don't understand where that comes from, what they're able to do with it, and how nothing in this world works without one of those professions. All they see is the rapper, the basketball player, the football player, the signing bonuses, and the millions. They don't see that you can actually choose something that you want to do in life, do that, execute, and be okay. It has to be glorified, it has to be broadcast, it has to have something to it. And you get into a situation where I always like to tell people that I had a unique situation. I had a unique situation where my mom's family comes from a certain area, but in that area, we were the only people that owned our home, right?
same.
So we're in an area that's surrounded by, I don't know what they're called in your area, but in that area is called CPO. Well, that was like the based on your income
Uh,
housing and things of that nature. So we that was all surrounding that lot of houses. But then you turn around and I go to my grandparents' house on the weekend. At home, I'm expected to start dinner, go get, I'm single mother household, so I'm expected to start dinner. I'm expected to go get my sisters from school. I'm expected to start them on their homework. I'm expected to get the house ready. I'm expected to clean up. I'm expected to
so you
cook.
grow up
And
before
then
you grew up.
so, and I think that honestly that's why I ain't had no damn kids, because I didn't.
You be tired.
But then when I got to my grandparents' house from Friday to Sunday, I'm not allowed to touch dishes. Don't touch my stove. Stay in a child's place. And my grandfather used to always say, but for a few years will you be a child. You'll be an adult for the rest of your life. And he would always say that. So it was this weird thing where I had to be an adult till I got out of school on
Somehow
Friday, and then I had to learn how to turn it
be a
off
child.
because I wasn't supposed to be doing that. But then I had to learn how to switch it back on because my mama was expecting me to do something, but I had to learn how to switch it back off. And so now I can appreciate, because I understand what those kids go through that have to grow up in a certain type of area
Grow
with
up
certain type of
fast.
things with the food stamps and everything like that. But I can also appreciate that I saw something different and chose something different. So I think that everybody just needs to be able to see something different and they can choose something different.
You
Always.
have to see it, because like
You got
I
to
think
see it.
about me as a parent. I always tell people I didn't have like this. I didn't have no crazy childhood or anything. But one of the things that I wished when I was small, I feel like as I got older, I noticed that my mom wasn't super affectionate. When I started getting older, you start learning things. I'm like, my mom wasn't like that. So when I had Mariah, she was my
Loving
first
on them.
child. I'm like that. LJ would tell his friends, went home for his birthday. Girl,
I
I'm
saw the
hugging
hype man. I saw the
my
hype man.
girl. You can't tell him nothing, okay? He is not. So I told him, I said, his daddy is an extrovert. I'm an extrovert. Hype man came out. I said, girl, I'm looking for you, baby. Get in the crowd. It's for you. I said, you are not your mama's child, because I would have put on a show out there, okay?
A
But
whole
like
show.
with my baby, his friends there, I'm hugging my baby because I don't live with him. He lives in Memphis. I'm hugging my baby. I'm kissing my baby. You have to be the parent you wanted as a kid, and
That's
that
what you
might
end up
mean
being.
that you have to be that parent. And I do think there's so many kids. When I'm hearing you talking about young age, I don't know what it's like to get my lights cut off as a kid. I don't know what it's like. I know what it's like for my mom to tell me go make a hot dog because she's not gonna cook today. I know what that's like. I know what it's like. I never needed anything, but there was always stuff I wanted as a kid. So when I'm listening to a lot of these cases, queso case, his father condoning the shit that he had going on, I'm just like,
I
my
posted
son's
that up
father
there
would
because
never.
somebody said, I'm sorry, but I put that up there because somebody said, isn't Queso charged with Bibby? That's the next case he has coming up, right?
Tina just said he need to plead that out, and that's
Or
a.
his daddy get up
How
there.
do you get to a point in your life as a kid? First of all, how are you able to just keep unaliving people and you walking away from
And
it?
just walking
Somebody
around with no
said this.
problem.
Somebody said this. Who was it? It was someone popular. It was a rapper or something. They said we are living next door to psychopaths in our neighborhoods. We are psychopaths and sociopaths. We are living, and a lot of these children, these boys, like I'm telling you, I don't watch some interviews, some documentaries about people, and I'm just like, I can't listen to their music the same no more, because I said, oh, you are a psychopath. There's no way
I
you
think
can.
it's a little
People,
bit to
y'all think it's
everybody.
cool. Kids think it's cool that these people have all
So what's
these
the next case
bodies.
where he already got life?
They're
That he
psychopaths.
had other cases going hanging over his head. Yeah, he had other
He
cases, and I
did,
think
Shay.
that was one of them.
They 18.
I mean, at this point, it's a.
He
I
just
mean,
it's a repeating cycle, and when you start seeing it in any kid, any one of these rappers y'all constantly saying got bodies on it, they need to go be checked out, because there's no way you sleeping well at night. And if you are,
if you are, baby, that's the thing. If you are, but I
y'all,
do think they are this. I think to a point we have to also think that they're desensitized because when before there were the camera phones, and when your phone had to have minutes put on it, or your phone wasn't free till after 9 or 7, um, you were taught to help somebody, grab them, put them down, point at somebody, you call 911. They taught you how to save somebody's life. Now, when somebody is going up out of here, they like, nobody's trying to help, nobody's trying to assist, nobody's applying pressure, nobody. And these kids just watch it till they go. And it's just like, how do you see that? How do you see that and look at that and be all right? I watched the 80-year-old man go out of here, and I was like, it wasn't time. It wasn't time. They like he was 80. I don't get like it. Just I couldn't understand it. But these kids, oh, who pop 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 pop,
they don't care, and they get
like,
young.
hey, get
And
out, like,
girl, one of my homegirls in Memphis, her nephew, I don't know what was going on, but
right. You can't even help no more.
they said the boy was quiet. Baby, I don't know what her nephew. I don't know the full story, but this is just what I've heard. Her nephew was shot twice coming out of school in Memphis by a kid who people wouldn't even thought had a gun. So this is how kids have to understand that, man, guns make they make
Permanent
permanent
decisions.
marks, permanent decisions for you. Permanent decisions for you. And Davia, I don't know how we stop this. I just think it
I
starts when they're
loving
kids.
on our babies, not pacifying, not giving them something. Because you know what? Another thing I've noticed is that a lot of people, especially with kids my age, and it's so easy because I'm guilty of it at times. And I have to make sure that I do not do it. But if I'm working from home and I got something going on and I'm working and I'm trying to figure this out and I'm trying to start dinner, this, that, and the other, it is very easy for me to just take my phone and one of my phones and pass it to my here.
Mm.
You will realize that if you look on things like YouTube and stuff like that, you will see that like one of my baby loves Sonic. They literally have Sonic, and if you're not paying attention to what your child is doing and you look at the phone or you let them wear headphones or something, you will see Sonic. But the adult voiceover and the themes and the things that are being
I've
said
seen it.
are absolutely insane. So if you're not paying attention, your kid will be ingesting anything, but all you see is Sonic. My kids are not allowed to listen or do anything with headphones on. We have to be able to hear it. We have to be able to see it. We control it. We have to have those accounts. Not everybody does that. Not everybody does that. And then we also have a different type of society. There's no village anymore. There's
And
no
there's
village
a
anymore.
village.
Nobody wants nobody to say nothing to their child. And before, like back in the day, but like if somebody dry snitched on me, first of all, the whole neighborhood was family, dang near, or like family. They all had the ability to check me. And then tell my mama that they checked me. And then not only was my mama gonna check me about what I did, but then my mama was gonna check me that somebody else had to check me as if she don't be checking me.
It's too
So you
much.
have
It's not
it's
the
like
same.
but when I seen that, who was that? I had it up there. That was just like you can't help nobody because if you help somebody, you have yourself. Do y'all remember that situation where that guy attacked that woman? I think it was in a fast food or in a restaurant or something like that, and he started absolutely flipping on this woman. And there were grown men standing there, and everybody was like, "Those grown men didn't do nothing for that woman." And that woman's son popped that man for coming after
Mm-hmm.
the mother, and everybody got on every man that was in there. But to be honest, that man was absolutely going to take somebody out that day.
Mm.
And to be honest, I would rather for Big Unc to come home and be a father to his children and a husband to his wife than to go up out of here trying to take care of some random woman over some chicken. Unfortunately, we're in that type of situation. I have seen people who have been in absolute situations where I have inserted myself, almost got myself hurt because somebody's in a domestic situation.
My
2 weeks
nephew
later,
two
you see
kids
him.
die like that.
I was about to say 2 weeks later,
That is
she in Walmart with him.
one of my friends, one of my nephew's friends. I called him my nephew. He was 18 years old. His sister into it with her husband. I guess he think he big and bad. He gonna help his sister. That man stabbed him to death. 18 years old. I will never forget being at his funeral and still being. I don't know what the funeral home did with his body, but I felt like I could still see blood under his nails. He was 18 years old. He got stabbed in his stomach. Another friend trying to help his sister move. Her boyfriend stabbed him. This he was 19. Like it has always made me when you in tour with your person, baby, you gotta handle that, and
You
you
gonna
just
get me
gotta.
started on something. We be at this 2.5 hours. You gonna get me started on something because you gonna get me started on something I have refused to talk about on the dang on internet, friend.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's bad. I
Because let me
often
tell
think
you,
about
all
that.
I'm just gonna say
That
this,
that
and y'all can
sister,
feel.
that boy's sister was back with her. I think it was her husband. They were back together shortly after this happened.
See
Her
what I'm
he
talking about?
brother.
See what I'm talking about? Let me tell y'all something. Y'all can say what y'all want about Miss J, but let me tell you something. There would not be a seat at Thanksgiving dinner for a Kelsey Frost. And that's exactly that situation. There would not be a thing that child would be able to say to me ever at that point in time, and that would cause a problem with me and my
Do
husband because
you
that's my husband's child.
do
Nope.
you think Kelsey? Here's the thing with the Kelsey situation because her brother has been cleared. The thing about it is, I think they said he was living in the house. I just don't know in what world. And I don't have brothers. I have cousins. I don't have one cousin that's gonna hear me and my dude tussling in the room, and they just not gonna do nothing.
That's the
Why
problem.
would you invite that bro? Why would that brother be living in your house if you know your dude beat on you?
You know, let me tell you something, and that's not even a problem that I have, because I feel like
Uh,
she wouldn't have to call them. No brother, no cousin, no uncle. Nobody is going to sit and watch. In most cases, somebody put
Nobody
hands
do.
on you.
And the way
However,
he was hitting on
that's
her,
not the problem. The reason why she would never set foot back in my damn house is because afterwards, you know what your brother just had to do, what your brother just had to go through, and you sit up here kowtowing for this man's family who didn't put your brother in this situation, about took your goofy ass out, and you up here telling these people, I don't know what happened. Well, they let him, I don't know. I told them who did it. Why you so worried about the man gone? Why you so worried about appeasing that woman and not making sure your brother all right in the head because he just had to do something that's never going to leave his brain, whether he was right or wrong? Ain't no way in the world. Let me tell you something. We talked about that
oh,
over
you could
here.
say, no, that lady, battered women, bro, they
And
not.
that's why I know it. That's why she just had to stay where she at. She can go to their house for
See,
Thanksgiving
I
because
could see that. I could see getting distance because it is hard. It is so hard
mm-mm,
to have people go through that, and you done jumped in it, and now they back together. That is hard. I had to learn it the hard way. My mom was the type, if you get into it with your dude, and not physically, she ain't gonna play that. But if you get into it with your dude, like, don't tell her.
don't come
If you
tell
tell her,
nobody.
if you tell my mom, she'll play it cool with her, but she never gonna feel the same way. She's not gonna feel the same.
Mm-mm. My family always told me,
Tell
because
me,
it's more boys. Yeah, it's more boys than girls, and my family used to always tell me, and that was something that my grandfather always like kind of instilled in us, is that the way we would say it when we got, because my grandfather used to say it's a tussle. The tussle is different, but I always say that men beef different.
they
That's
do.
what you about to tussle than
They
women. You know, women, we can look at a woman, see her with bad tracks, last year's shoes, shit ain't sitting right, little pudge in her stomach, and we'll talk about her all day long and get a good kiki out of it and feel bad about it, feel good about it, and not worry about it, and we'll be good. But these men, they tussle and they go back and forth and they go back and forth and they go back and forth until one of them are not here. And it doesn't matter what the situation is, it just goes back and forth. So we were always taught to be mindful of what situations. Don't get up and I'm calling my brother, I'm calling my uncle, I'm calling my dad, because at that point the situation is pretty much at a pum pum. You can't
Yep.
go back from that. You
You
can't
can't go
go
back.
back from that. So after that, it becomes a battle of egos. It becomes a pissing match, and then they somebody's going to leave from here. So
I
I
feel
can
bad every
understand that the
time. I feel
family
bad.
have, yeah, the family has probably absolutely dealt with her situation because she was with him for a while, so they probably knew that they were going back and forth and there was issues that were going there. And I think that probably to an extent they probably put Kai there thinking that he would be less likely to do something if somebody is right there, because a lot of times people that do things like that, like put hands on women, don't never go at a man. And so
I just
I
couldn't
think,
understand. I said, why was he so damn angry all the time?
well, you
He
see
turned that girl
well, there
around
was
like,
another interview out there.
huh?
I said there was another interview out there with, I think, the other child's mother or the other girlfriend or the
He used to do it
simultaneous
to her too.
girlfriend. He
He used to do it to her.
she said that he was abusive to her, but that he may have had a substance issue, and when he was on a certain substance that he was um having an issue. I also read a report, another police report, where there was some sort of um like block party or festival
Oh, I
festivity in
saw
this
that.
particular
And
neighborhood,
where he got
and
shot.
he went upside that girl's head, and he was had a physical altercation with her, and the men in that neighborhood were like, listen, you can't do that here,
He was on
y'all
Edgewood.
take
He
y'all
was on
shit.
Edgewood.
Oh Lord. And so he did. They told him go on about his business. They didn't jump in the couple's business, but they said y'all take that out of here. And then I guess he started to do it again, and apparently said girl's best friend jumped in. And when the best friend jumped in, pum pums were drawn when the guys came to break it up, because it's like, oh, now he's fighting two women, but her best friend ended up getting hit in the crossfire of that altercation when he got shot up. So apparently he was healing from that altercation when he was popped this time by Kai.
Yeah, the thing with Kai, and I hate this too because I hate when people don't understand. Like when I'm reporting on a case, I'm going to report on the case from how I see it. And I try to watch my words if I know the person. If it's too close to home, I don't even talk about it at all. If it's too close, I just won't talk.
Mm-hmm.
So I was seeing a lot of people that I know post him, but of course I posted because Rashida and their son. And then when it came out how he was beating on them, now I'm like, well, where the hell were y'all at? Like this is like not. I'm not saying that people should not have mourned him because I always say he was good to someone. This was a bad part of him, but he was good to someone.
I
But
say that all the time.
what the? I was like, what? I mean, he was slanging that girl around like she was a rag doll.
Let me say something. Somebody come jump on
It's
me in
not
my sleep.
in her sleep, T. Can you
And
imagine
again,
being
I'm not saying
friends?
nobody deserves to go. Like nobody gets to decide when somebody goes. But if you up on me, where else am I? What else am I left with if I got one too?
I mean,
Like I just don't understand. But I'm just saying, like I did not even make videos on that situation because I had felt a whole different type of way because I can't understand. I have a bonus child. So if my bonus child did something that actually put one of my biological children in peril or said something that could have actually been the nail in the coffin or what sent them to a trial when they were doing something to help them, where would your mind be? Like we know Rashida's mind is different. We know this. It's
wait a
different.
minute, T. And you talking about
But
Rashida. Mariah's
but
not going tomorrow, but why she say you want to go see Project Pat? You want to see Future? I'm trying to go see Rashida. I said, you know, Mariah, I'm not playing with you today. Mariah said she trying to go see Miss Chew on your bubble gum. No,
listen,
Mariah.
Rashida had her time though. She did. I think they just get made a different way because they own that show. But I just don't know how I would feel. Your child, now I'm going to be feeling some type of way when I'm supposed to be feeling like we're blended and that's my child too, but your child get out there now viral on the internet, all these things are said disparaging my child that could actually be used to put my child away, and now you want me to sit up at the dang on dinner table with you.
Thanksgiving.
Yo, yeah.
I
I'll
just don't.
be I
Baby,
mm.
I love me some Mariah and LJ. I love them kids and Barchi. Cause if y'all think you gonna walk in my house and kick my damn dog and we gonna still be cool, that's just not how it's gonna work. Okay? I love my kids real bad. And the fact that my baby almost gets sent to prison for playing with you. No. I do
For
hope,
saving you
she's been in Rashida's life a very, very long
a
time.
very long time,
Since she,
but you wouldn't be allowed in my house.
together forever. So I am sure Rashida still doesn't look at her like
You ain't coming to my house.
I just don't I think they're gonna be okay, but it's gonna take some therapy, some time. Because
I don't trust you.
it was the getting on the internet part that, like you said, that right there, that long, oh, I loved you. You can love him, baby, but you got to write that in a journal. Put it
It
in the
wasn't even that I loved you and this, that, and the other. Cool, love the man, but don't say, oh, well, I did tell them everything. They did arrest them. They did. I did tell them everything. Like, why are you?
it's your brother.
It's your brother, and you can't sit up here and tell me that you ain't think them people was the type to sit up there and record you. You can't tell me that. You can't tell me that. I don't like that. I don't like that she ruined the holidays. She ruined the holidays because I would never be
He
comfortable
said
around you.
she ruined the holidays. She
Because
ruined
you can't come to my house. I don't trust you. I don't trust you around my kids. I don't know what you say. You'll pick a different
God damn.
side. It
Okay.
ain't nothing. Family save your ass. I feel like who was that? Terry on Soul Food. Family, my husband. You not coming. You
We
not.
were
You
talking
can't
about
come. I don't
this
trust you.
recently. I was talking about this recently. I have two family members. I don't feel the same way about them anymore, and I'm never going to feel the same way about you. It's like certain things we can get into it over a lot of stuff, but when it comes to Mariah Jaree or Lawrence Manuel, when it comes to either one of them, it's never gonna be the same again.
I about to say, call me Braxton P. Hartenberg. What do you do on the Jamie Foxx? Peace out. Go ahead. I'm hitting that shit hard. You can go on. You can go on. You can go the hell
But
on.
I just can't, and that's family included. Some lines, just because we're family, does not give you the right to cross certain lines.
Keisha, I might be with you. That's why I said her mind different. She a little different. That's why I said I'm not about to speak on it and be sitting here looking stupid, because the next thing I know, they'll all be at a family dinner working it out on camera for the next storyline. I don't I don't know, but I'm just saying personally, when I thought about that, I thought about how young Kai was.
Mm-hmm.
That was a hell of a decision to have to make. He's with his older sibling who should be his protector, and she's not protecting herself or her child.
Yep.
Um, Now he's living in a situation where he won't be protected. He's in an unsafe environment. He's in a hostile environment with somebody who's potentially on substances and armed. No, absolutely not. I'm sorry, Kai wouldn't. And that's the other thing. Like, as a mother, I would have been like, Kai's not living there, but he was grown.
He's
So
grown.
what can you do? And it's just like
They
that
probably
takes me
had a
back.
bigger house, a big enough house. He like, this cool. I'm gonna live with my sister. Ain't gotta deal with my mom and daddy.
Um, Imagine working your ass off and making a way so your kids can have houses and condos to live in, and they go get somebody that is whomping on them to live up in the house you didn't work for. She can't come over. She can't. She
Well,
can't
I
come
know,
over.
I,
She
I
can't
don't
come
know,
over.
but I don't know what kind of father Kirk is. But if look at the example he set for her, he hasn't set the best example. He embarrasses his wife every year on national television, and I'm not even
I
being
tried.
funny.
I
It's
tried to
just
watch that interview. He said
I
it was only one time, and I can't do it. I
just
can't.
like you just because we made this money, we've given you this, that. Children still need structure. They still need to see certain. There are things about me that my child probably, when she's older, gonna be like, I wish my mom did better. We're all
All
learning, but
kids.
I
All
just don't.
kids.
Her just look how he treats his wife. He has not set a great example for her. Rashida has 2 children by him. I think Kirk got 5, 6 kids.
Well, he way older than
Well,
he's a lot
hers,
older.
including hers. So, Mr. 3 earrings is crazy. Kirk got a hair transplant. I don't follow him. Kirk got a hair transplant. He not bald anymore.
Well, they got the dough. That's the other thing too. It's like you get, and that's the other thing. Like, it's like you get in situations like that, and y'all are so enmeshed in each
Kirk got
other. Yeah, he got hair, don't
Child, let me
he? He
get
did in that interview. I tried to watch that interview. I didn't finish that interview.
what
I couldn't do
interview?
it. They did an interview with what's the man's name, y'all? Carlos King.
No, Kirk.
He did
Girl,
have hair in that interview. Am I tripping?
where the hell Kirk get some hair from? What?
Oh God, is that the little boy?
Which son is this? This is yeah.
I was
He
saying, I think he
said,
had hair in that
y'all,
interview.
you know what? And this is what I'm talking about. I'm sorry, Cannon Frost. Sad face. Most women want me to be a deadbeat to you. Who wants you to be a deadbeat to your child and not be a father? Is he talking about Rashida? Because we surely don't give a damn. Not pay child support. Just not be in your life at all. He's adding his son saying this. I don't know how to do that. Why would you at your son and say this? You came at a time when me and my wife was going through. This is y'all. This is recent. This is not years ago. This is October 12th.
That's a real post.
What's the day? The 20. It's about 10 days ago. You came at a time when me and my wife was going through a bad season, but we're making it through. Why would you tell that baby that? Rashida, that wait a minute. He said Rashida gets crucified for loving you and making sure I remain a good father. Why does she have to make sure you remain a good father? Okay, which I think is crazy. But since you asking questions, we just want you to know we love you. Why you couldn't text that boy? Why you couldn't text the baby? Kirk is ignorant. He's a goddamn fool. I'm sorry.
See, he didn't ruin the holidays. He gonna be at the damn wherever his daughter is for eating.
They gonna be together.
They gonna be together. I don't care if they got turkey lunch meat and cranberry now later. They can come to my house. Neither one of them. Neither one of them. Why would you post that? And why would you at my child?
Wait,
Don't at my
you
child and say no
gotta
mess like that on the
go to
internet.
Kenny page and see. Did you ask your dad and ask him that? Kenny ain't asked him that. Kenny is showing himself.
It
Kenny
was
on here
supposed to
having
be a
a ball.
birthday post.
It wasn't a birthday post. Cannon out here having the ball. Ain't asked him nothing. Why would you at that baby and say that? It was supposed to be a birthday post. I didn't see no happy birthday.
And then somebody said that in the chat. It shouldn't have been a post. That
His mama, he ain't got no birthday. Yeah, no, but they don't have a birthday post out here.
You know what?
It ain't
Jasmine
no,
gonna
it
be
ain't
at the
no
next.
way,
Let
it
me tell
ain't
you
no way you
something. I
added that.
can't. That's it,
Talking
Key.
about since
That's
you
it.
asked me questions, you don't have his number. You know, I know he got an iPad FaceTime him.
That's it, Key. I'm Key and took Key.
You know what, Key? I blame you for telling me that man had hair. I blame you. I wouldn't have seen that. I would not have seen that if you didn't tell me that man had
How
hair.
old is he? Why did he have his own page? And why are you? What are you adding him in? God, like like as if the boy don't have enough things to go back and see about his.
Y'all on Love and Hip Hop since the boy been born talking about him. He didn't need that post.
He don't need the pose.
She be hanging with Rashida mama. What?
Who? I
I
can't.
had to watch Love and Hip
He's
Hop.
trying to make me. Okay, he's trying to give me an aneurysm.
You know, Key watch all the shows. I'm not.
I watch the shows because baby, me
I
and
don't.
Housewives of Potomac been going together real bad right now.
I don't watch.
Me and Reasonable Doubt.
Oh,
Me and
see, so now I got 3 people that watch Reasonable Doubt I can talk to about the
I'm
show.
finna go watch it right now.
Oh, you ain't
And
watched
Tulsa
this
King.
week's episode.
Huh?
You ain't watched this week's episode yet.
No, it came out yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I
No, I'm
stay
about
up
to go watch it. Big
till
on here.
12 o'clock. I stay up till 12 o'clock to watch it every week. Yandy talk about they in a poly.
Let me tell y'all something.
Oh my
I
god!
heard that Yandy and Rashida was into it or something for a while, but let me tell you something. Wendy's going to jail, first of
It's
all.
good, kid. You love
Well,
lawyers.
what I'm going to say
Is she on the show? The lady who went to jail for fraud. I hope
she
they
is on
stream
the show.
her
That's why
trial.
I
I
started
hope they
watching
stream
again.
her trial. I want to watch.
But I am going.
Hold on. Oh,
Yeah.
T, please go in our chat from last night. Ash and I were up way early. Way early in the morning. I put something in there for you.
You said Yandy ate her up. Let me tell you something. One thing I will give Yandy is Yandy is quicker on her toes than Rashida.
Rashida might not be a
'Cause
person who likes to argue.
no, I just say no. I'm talking about somebody sent me 3 clips back to back because I wasn't watching the show, and somebody walked up on Rashida. I think it was Kirk's baby mama and her friend, and they wanted to show Yandy some actual DMs from Mendices, and she looked at that phone this quick and said, "That was me. You thought you was messaging him, but that was me. I was responding." Yeah, I remember that. I said that.
Like in his DM.
In his DM, like maybe you thought you were talking to him, but that was me responding. Move along. Nothing to see here. You thought you had tea, but that was me. That quick in the
So
moment,
wait.
at looking at the
So she
phone.
said
That quick. That quick. It was that quick. Look at them
she
people's phone
so
like
they thought it was Mendici's messaging a
the girl
girl.
coming up to tell Yandy, coming to Yandy as a woman, let Yandy know that my friend been talking to Mendices, period, point blank. Like, and she said that was me. I said, baby, if you go save face.
This one I'm watching that foolishness no more. This one I'm watching. This one I'm watching.
Oh goodness. I know we can summer, but I know Mel got a stream. I'm taking a Mel's time because she ain't streamed. It's getting late. I know it's getting late for y'all. It's 6:50 here.
Don't rub it in our face. It's not 50 here. We gotta figure out. I think y'all. What do I'll talk about when I get on the live, y'all.
God.
He said she finna send it to me. Mel, remember when she said wipe your eyes? That was me. I think I remember.
She
Were they
said it
sitting at
so
the
good.
table? I feel like they were sitting at the table.
I
Cause
think she was. I can't remember. I think it was like one. I forgot. I think they said it was one of Nick Cannon's ex-girlfriends or something that said,
he
"Hey,
just
she's
said
talking."
Jessica White. I think I saw the clip of them sitting at a table. I
Niece.
think
Okay, it was her niece, and she was like, "My niece is scared to say, yeah, their friend can be scared to talk, thinking he gonna threaten her, but I'm Jessica White, and my niece ain't gonna be scared, and I'ma tell."
okay, cool.
And
Yeah.
yes, we was live, but we have kept mail. We know, we normally do about an hour and a half, but we doubled the time almost now because mail ain't been here. We ain't done nothing. Hopefully we might get another Friday but hell, we might be looking at another verdict. We might be looking at a verdict by next Friday.
Sorry, I sure hate to call in that job, but I might. I'll see how I feel.
I think we're gonna be done by
But
Friday,
off at
and I
4
think they're
on
gonna try
Friday.
to do it Thursday. I think they're
You
gonna
think
try to
so?
go in the verdict watch on Thursday because a lot of attorneys that talk to us say that's not a good thing to let the jury get the case on a Friday. They
On a
don't
Friday?
like that. So yeah, they might go ahead and give it to them on Thursday. I don't see this going to Monday. Not with this judge. Not at all. I don't
Oh,
see it going to Monday at all. It's gonna be over by
she doesn't
Friday.
play. She does not play.
She went to about a little after 5 o'clock yesterday. She was not
Jefferson,
playing with the people.
wait a minute. that the state objected to something the defense asked, and he said
Hey,
she sustained it. He said, "Can I get a sidebar?" She said, "No, keep going."
no,
Hey, friend, how are you? That lady
I'm
said, "No,
good.
keep going." I don't
I
have
just
food.
got through.
I
I
don't
just
have.
got through being Uber Eats.
they
Oh,
had
but
you go
did
get
you
them
bring some
food.
food
Oh,
back? I
I
thought
had
you.
to.
I saw you say you brought pizza.
I ordered a pizza. Denver
Hmm.
wanted French fries from McDonald's, so I had to go get the French fries from McDonald's. While I'm in McDonald's, Denver called and say he want his tablet. So I had to come get his tablet. As soon as I walk in the house, Dallas said he wanted his phone. So I just had to grab all the electronics and then go back down the street and go drop all this shit off.
Did you better than Uber Eats? Uber Eats ain't doing all of that.
All right. And then Dallas say, "I'll see you tomorrow," and Denver say, "I'll call you in a little bit." So
Yeah, Denver don't sleep away from home. He want his bed.
yeah.
That's one thing he
He
don't
want his
do. I
baby.
don't care.
Oh,
I don't care if it's the 4-star resort for his birthday. He does. We can come back tomorrow. He does not like to want to be at home with his stuff. I've done everything. I've tried taking the linen sprays. I've tried taking his big elf. I've tried taking his pillow. He won't do it. He can't
he
sleep.
won't
He'll be
stay.
sleeping to sit up in the middle of the night. Like, you up?
Just
Hey,
looking.
hey, man. He will not. He
But you
will
but
not.
but he close though, right? So that's not so bad.
No, yeah, they just up the street.
Yeah, that's
Mama
not.
live up the street. They all right. He still
I'm
won't. He gonna
sorry.
call in a minute.
I'm sorry. He'll be staying at their house if it was up the street, around the corner, and across
He ain't.
town.
He
I
ain't
sit
because
on
he gonna
face.
drive mama all crazy.
I
Because
sit on
let me tell you
FaceTime.
something. Denver done got into a little call my dad, and now they have Google
In the
Voice
phone.
where they can.
So
Yeah, so he gonna keep calling, and Denver don't take. Denver don't take not answering. He'll call every phone in his house.
said, "Call my
He'll
dad." Crazy.
call my dad, and if you don't answer him, he will go get Dallas, and Dallas will call. They will call, and if you don't answer, they will have Mama call, and Mama will be like, "Listen, they are calling. Y'all need to answer."
Oh,
So I'm probably gonna get a chance to watch probably Reasonable Doubt, and that'll be it. Dallas
I
will be like, "Yeah, I'm done."
I just love that I got a 14-year-old in Memphis and a 19-year-old. Ain't nobody calling me talking about come pick me up. And Barty always
Listen,
right here, so
Lexi said Denver's something like me. I'm going home. Denver's coming home, and he'd go, "Mom, I need my hat." That's his bonnet for his dreads, and then he
oh,
go to bed.
and
Two things Denver is not missing. That's a meal and a nap. He's not. He's going to
he's not
sleep.
gonna. I
He's
love
going
that
to eat.
for
He's
him.
going to sleep. He's not. He's not at all. And he's going to sleep comfortably in his bed. Stop
He's.
playing. In his bed. Don't play.
I'm not mad at him. They said something like me. She said, "I'm going home." My nephew like that. Like I told him, I
He's going
said,
home.
I tried to get him to watch Barty for me. He said, "Man, I ain't gonna lie. I pay too much rent to stay at your house. I'm gonna have to stay at my own house." I said, "Oh, okay." He won't. He's gonna go home.
I'm
My
with you when
nephew is
you
going.
right.
He is going to go home.
Okay, so you have Baby Viverito to watch today. It's only about 3 hours though. And then
She said nobody could watch Barchi. You ain't lying about that, girl. They be so mad.
we got Baby Viverito. Nobody helping Bart. Nobody keeping
They be
Barchi.
so mean to Barchi, girl. So mean. So mean. Y'all,
What Barchi do?
they so mean to her, T. I had to take her to Memphis with me. And I mean, they just act like she was really on their nerves the whole trip. I do owe my niece a new pair of shoes. I didn't know she ate my niece's shoes while she was in that back seat. I owe her a new pair of shoes. I gotta
It was
buy her.
anxiety. It was anxiety.
It
It was
was.
just anxiety. It was just a
And I
little
tried
to
that.
move.
It only worked one time. I said, okay, so I guess I am gonna have to just keep buying her little happy pills.
Listen, who just put that there? Because them videos of Mel calling people talking about Barchi's gonna get baptized. I said, you know what? She need to quit playing with people's life because I would have been
Need
like
to call.
Mel.
My sister seen it already because I know Gretchen would have cursed really bad. They said Barchi barked too much. Girl, they can't stand Barchi. They cannot stand Barchi. Stephanie, I can't defend Barchi. I try, but I just can't defend it. She right here doing the most. But yeah, she right here. But it's okay. Long as me and Barchi good, me and my girl good. We don't need anybody else. Cause she said all she needs is me. We good. We good to go.
All right, y'all. Well, I know Mel about to have y'all up. I'll probably be back up. I want to say thank y'all for everybody who has jumped on and followed the Mrs. J Says, the backup page over on TikTok. I think we hit over or got close to 9,700. So we are almost at our 10K over there. So, but over there, I'm not talking about court. Over there, court is not in session. There has been a little bit of everything from the verses to Housewives of Potomac and Wendy's scamming ass and a couple other things. That's not court over there, okay?
You know, I'm happy
Oh,
I said
man.
pages. I'm really happy I did that. She said it's gonna be you and that damn dog to the yes, Key. I told Barsh that. I said, girl, it's gonna be us. Oh, it looks so good. It looks good. So you gonna
I
do the
said,
wig.
uh-oh.
It looks
It
good.
might match.
It looks good. I can't
Yeah,
wait.
it actually ended up matching way better than I thought. So
It looks really good.
yes, with
Oh,
the ears.
it's gonna
With
be
the
so
ears.
cute.
It might be really, really cute. Everybody wants to see the fairy.
No, I think the fairy is going to be really cute.
Everybody wants to see the
He
fairy.
said,
I
I
think
can't wait till the verses. I hope Birdman's sober.
all right, y'all. Well, thanks for coming to kick it with us. Y'all know Mel about to take it into the wee hours of the night, so I'll probably jump on there after I watch. I gotta go catch up on Reasonable Doubt, and then oh no, that's not till Sunday. Tulsa King go come on till Sunday.
Good. It was good, but you know I'm deep in the trial. I needed some more trial. We didn't get any nothing of the trial this episode. I'm knee deep in the trial.
Because I really think that sister did it, but let me go watch today.
Oh, I'm not gonna give it away for you, but the sister has always been fishy for me. I thought it was
Monica.
I'm starting to think it was the sister.
I've been thinking it was the sister the whole time. Once he OD'd under the sister, and once she started talking to that whoever she, I said yeah. And then once she started messing with Daniel, there's nothing manly or masculine about Daniel. You just ain't gonna look at Daniel and just go ahead and do that. But he's the investigator, and the only way you throw him off on a good sit is lay it low and spread it wide. That's it.
It's something up with that sister, and I can't wait. After you watch it, text me. It's something up with that sister.
All right, y'all. I'll text you as soon as it's over. Y'all go watch the rest of court. We're gonna see what Mel think about Detective Carter. And we'll be back hopefully next Friday or for a verdict. Shit.
For Thursday, y'all. It's something. Oh, boy, the mama a good one too, Shay. That mom,
yeah, because he was about to make them parents not be that mama might be one of the two.
I can't wait to figure out who it is, but I'm also saying,
oh yeah,
that boy.
All right, y'all.
Personality disorder too, so it could be one of his personalities.
Now that's what I thought from the beginning that Ivy did it and don't know he did it. That's what I was thinking that a Ozzy that we haven't even met yet actually did it. But the more I keep looking at his sister, who after the way she played the role on the stand last week, that after that I was so nervous. Bitch, you heard what you said? Like, no, no, yeah.
You're gonna see at the end of this episode. I said I bought her on the stand. The end of this episode, I'm looking at her sideways because that girl, it's something about her. She is like, she is not who we think she is.
Yeah, that stand pissed me off. That
Yeah.
stand pissed me off last week.
Yes.
All right, y'all. Well, thanks for hanging. We didn't took up y'all's Friday. We'll see y'all later.
Thank y'all. Thank
Be
you,
back with
friend.
the
I'll see
trial.
you later.
All right, y'all.
Bye. I'll see y'all later.
Bye.
Link.
Oh shoot, did it do this? Okay, there we go.